chillin', serial killing, pre-core villains on the mic, got you reeling. 5-star rated from the floor to the ceiling. If you catch a 1-star, no time for feelings. Got a demon DJ on the ones and twos, by the name Beelzebub, so don't get confused. So grab a seat by the fire, roast them all over two, and prepare to hear the legend of the Straight Chillin' Crew.
What up, nerds, and welcome to another Top 10 episode of Straight Chilling, the weekly horror movie review show where you chill and we kill, slice, dice, and chop up yet another horror movie. My name is Bob. I'll be your host for the evening. This is episode 564, recorded on Sunday, January 25th, 2026. Tonight, we're running down our top 10 horror movies of 2025. We're also going to be talking about some honorable mentions, some movies maybe we didn't care for so much, and looking ahead at 2026. Before we get into it, though, let me introduce everyone else on the show tonight. First up, calling in from the snow-covered tundra that is Washington, D.C., we got shaboy Rand Diesel. What's up, man?
I did not open a bottle of Red Stag. What's up, baby? We ready to talk some shit about 2025?
Randy, somebody opened that bottle, and it sure as hell wasn't me. That's all I know.
The bottle's done been opened at this point.
Oh.
This is a snow day here in our sweet, sweet capital of the country.
It's so sweet.
And I've decided to celebrate by drinking heavily with my neighbors. So here we are.
That's very kind of you. It's how Jack Torrance of you, really. It'll all work out fine in the end. Just don't go outside.
All play and no work. That's what I'm about.
Speaking of play, last but not least, calling in from Seoul, South Korea, we got shaboy Soju. What's up, man?
Oh, what up? It's your boy Tastemaker Soju. Here to make your taste, boys.
It sounds so dirty.
Tasterson.
Like make your taste.
About to make your taste, boys.
Yeah, it kind of gives off a suck it and see vibe.
I don't
would
like
say.
it. I don't like it. How Alex Turner of you, Juice.
Well, you're lucky it's not haymaker stains, Bob, so
Make your
keep
hay.
your mouth shut.
On this podcast,
Don't
yes,
speak
I won't say a word.
anymore.
And that is it. Boys, take it away.
All right.
Well, this is 2025.
Well, this is our
wrap-up
last episode of all time.
Yeah. Before we run it all down, boys, we got just a little bit of housekeeping here. Here's another reminder. We do have our February poll currently posted over on our Patreon website. If you guys support us at the $5 level or above, you get the chance to vote on a movie we're talking about this February. The theme for February is Bodacious Babes, because, of course, February is Women in Horror Month. So we got 3 movies, all directed by extremely talented female directors. Those movies are Mona Lisa and the Blood Moon, Freddy's Dead, and The Ugly Stepsister.
Whoa, Bob. We're in the last week of the worst month of the year, hopefully. So how those numbers looking?
Yeah, we'll see. God, we'll find out, won't we? Unfortunately, we have to find out. The numbers,
We have to
slight shift.
No, not necessarily.
We must
but yeah.
find out.
We
We
shall.
don't have to.
We
For
shall
science.
find out. Mona Lisa and the Blood Moon still last place with 11% of the vote. Second place, The Ugly Stepsister with 32% of the vote. First place, Nightmare 6, Freddy's Dead, 58% of the vote. The people know what they want.
Well, what a riveting month it's been for these
I know.
polls.
Just slightly shifting
Just
ever so much.
I'm starting to miss the halcyon days of people just going fucking nutty right at the end of the month.
well, hang on to that, Randy. We still got a week to go. So
I know. This is a call to action.
Hold on to your lug nuts. It's time for an overhaul.
all that.
What? Why does everything you say sound sexual to me?
Maybe it's a you problem.
I think that's
Randy.
your mind.
I think
Randy.
it's. I mean, you've been boozing it up.
I never said it was a problem.
We know. I said it was a solution. We're dropping, as far as Patreon goes, we're dropping mini casts every other Friday as well. We got one dropping this Friday, January 30th, from your boy Soju, talking about Dead Talent Society. We live in a dead talent society.
crazy bird.
Yeah, we live in a society.
We're living in a society.
There it is.
That was
Congrats.
a
You made me
movie
do
that
the
was
thing. Thank you.
that was recommended by our guest DJ just a few weeks ago. I had never heard of it, but it's on Netflix. It's a Taiwanese film, and I thought it was pretty fun.
It was from this past year, wasn't it? Like it was 2025 release.
Yeah.
I went looking for it, but I didn't end up wanting to pay the fee. So
It was
I'm
on
gonna do that
Netflix. It was on Netflix
Netflix.
for me.
Oh, really? I did this like a couple weeks ago. Maybe it's shifted since then.
Okay. I don't know.
Or maybe there was some other reason I was looking with other people. So anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm excited to hear.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was a fun movie. It's kind of reminds me a little bit of Beetlejuice. It's like from the perspective of ghosts, but they treat ghosts kind of like celebrities. They have to like gain scares, and like they have their own like signature moves and stuff. So it plays with a lot of
Oh my
tropes
God.
and stuff. It's
I
fun.
kind of love that. That makes it sound like a pro wrestling league. I love that.
I mean, but yeah, each celebrity has their own like shtick, and like one haunts the hotel and one haunts the tunnels, and and different stuff like that, and they compete to get like attention.
They
So,
do the
it's fun.
Stone Cold
I'm
Stunner.
interested.
Can't wait to see it.
They do the people's elbow. They do this kind of thing.
Off the top rope.
The zombie's elbow.
It's so spooky. Sounds great. Check it out on Netflix. That's all we got for Patreon. Do you guys have anything you need to plug?
Nah, dog.
Ooh, I think my house is clean this week.
Yeah.
Bob, how's your house looking?
I got nothing going on. Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Not a
You
thing.
don't care about anything.
I don't
hear.
care about
Now that
anything.
now that the Jags are done, there's nothing for
There's
you to
nothing
do.
to care about.
You might
will
as well
to live
edit
is
podcasts
empty.
for as long as possible.
Yes.
The will to live meter is just rock bottom right now. We're really scraping it.
And
Why don't you go ahead and record all the mini casts for the year?
yeah, I'll just knock those out for you, dog. Not for Randy. Randy doesn't care.
No, I definitely do not.
Boys, how do we feel about the year 2025? Horror movies, not in general, just like specifically about horror movies. The horror offering. How do we feel about the year?
How much time you got? This seemed like I was a little worried about 2025 for a while there. I felt like we were in pretty medium territory, and I'm not sure that we really fully broke out of that. But I feel like last year was a similar situation, and we had, to my memory, it was fewer standouts than we have this year. A couple of standouts, I would say, this year. But yeah, I guess it is really just a pretty medium year overall, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's been similar to the past 2 or 3 years. I remember, I think like 2022 was like really loaded, but ever since then, yeah, it's been medium. There's been like, me and Bob back in the summertime did a top 50 of the decade so far. And I think, there's a couple from this year that'll, ultimately be added to the list. But yeah, it feels pretty extra medium, and I feel like a lot of the big ones came out in the first half of the year. There wasn't a whole lot that came through in the second half that blew my socks off,
Yeah.
You know what? I'm looking back and I'm dead wrong. Like last year, I had way more.
I thought last year was way better, honestly.
Yeah.
I misremembered that badly.
This year was kind of a down year, down to medium. Like I feel like looking at our list for this year and our list from last year, we had across like our 3 top 10 lists last year, we had 17 different movies included. This year we only have 13. So it seems like there were some hitters, but a smaller grouping of them. And then also looking at like my honorable mentions from last year, I had a long ass list of like 15 plus movies, and this year not so much. It's much shorter. So I think it just feels kind of like a slimmer year to me overall than last year, but still some standout movies, I would say.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, I've got a little bit of like a roundup of everything we did with the podcast last year.
Bob, yeah.
I'm going to run that down real quick. So we did
Run it down, please.
52 regular episodes.
Have you heard of our podcast?
Have you heard of it? Probably. 52 regular episodes, 1 per week, obviously, throughout the course of the year. We did 8 bonus episodes, all going to our main feed. Then we did 30 mini casts. Those are all on Patreon.
You're
Mike,
welcome.
God damn.
Yeah.
Why did we do 30?
because we got nothing else to do.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Mikey and I over on Let's Get Physical Media did 16 shows as well. So that brings the grand total to 106 podcasts last year.
Damn.
106. We also had 7 guest spots on some friends of the show. So a big thanks to Plug It Up, A Cut Above, and Light and Shadow Podcast for having us on their shows last year. Also wanted to just say
that's 113.
Yeah, if you count those, yeah. Not bad. Also wanted to say thanks to everybody that was a guest on our show last year. So big thanks to Matt, Nicole, Caitlin, Ed Larson, Jim G. Baby, Franklin Rich, Chris Dudley, and Warren for sitting in with us over the course of last year.
And DJ.
It's plum off.
And DJ was this year technically, but yeah, thanks, DJ.
Was it? Oh, God, dude. I said when we started this podcast, I was like, this has felt like the longest month. I can't believe that was this year. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Feels like 2 months ago. Holy shit.
It happened.
God damn. All right, never mind. Scratch that. My bad.
But still, thanks, DJ. Yeah.
Thanks.
We also did, obviously, Chilloween. We did our 5th annual Chilloween party with all the patrons. Also, extra shouts outs and thank you to Caitlin for running trivia this year on our Chilloween party because she knocked it out of the park. It was a lot of fun.
That was awesome.
Really good shit.
Yeah.
Juice, you hosted your annual horror party as well over in Korea.
Yep. At the DCC. Yeah. With the Dark Side of Soul. That was our at least third or fourth year doing that.
At least third, yeah, that I know of anyway. And I think we hosted roughly 5 watch parties, something like that, throughout the first half of the year. That might have been everything. I probably missed some stuff too, but that's what I could recall. So busy year for the Straight Chilling crew.
We covered a ton of. I mean, that probably accounts for all the bonus episodes, but like we did Overlook, Be Fun. We did like so many. Festivals
Fantasia and Popcorn Frights Film Festival. Yeah, we did four film festivals last year.
Yeah, Salt International Film Festival. I did a bonus episode for that.
Oh shit, 5! I didn't even put that on here.
Yeah. Damn,
dude.
We'd be cooking.
Someone pay us.
I remember it was like a couple years ago where we'd be like, oh my God, we're doing something every week. We were listening like 2 or 3 times, a week, but it still it doesn't feel like we do as much. But when you run down the list, we still do.
Still a lot.
We're definitely a quantity, not quality brand. And that shows.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Speaking of quality, top 3 you picks of last year. A special thank you to these people for picking quality movies.
Whoa.
This was down here for that, I will say. In general,
there were some. I have one in my mind that's a 5-star. So yeah,
there was only one 5-star pick last year. So big thanks to your boy Nas for picking RoboCop 5-star.
Yes. God, that was the one.
I remember when he shot that dude in the dick.
Don't forget. Never forget.
You got something to remember that.
I sure do. I got the t-shirt.
Second place, big shouts outs to my wife, Alice, for picking Ready or Not with a 4.3 rating.
And congrats to you for resisting the urge to bore at that.
I approve. I didn't do it. I didn't. Could have. And third place,
held back.
Shouts outs to Logan. She's always picking hitters. Came in with Bliss with a 3.9.
Nice.
Right. And
solid picks.
Worst you pick of the year. Shouts outs to Hyderberg. 0.8 score
for that Italian movie,
Burial Ground.
A
0.8.
I was like, I'm cycling through like, okay, what was it? Was it Frankenstein's Army? What was it?
Burial Ground.
God. Burial Ground.
To be fair, though, that was probably one of our funniest episodes of last year.
Yeah, that might be mentioned later on again throughout this episode, actually.
Oh.
So.
Can you dig it?
Yes.
The funk of 40,000 years. All right, boys. Yeah, that's kind of a rundown of everything we did in 2025. Let's talk about our top 10 movies of 2024. 5. So like I said, 13 individual movies across our 3 lists. And if you haven't listened to us run down one of these top 10 episodes before, how we do it, how a lot of people do it is as we're running through them, we're not going to talk about the movie until we reach that, like at the highest point.
At the highest,
The
position.
highest
We're going to
position.
skip it until we get to its
list.
highest position.
Yeah. So let's start off at the number 10 spot. Juice, you want to kick us off? What'd you have at number 10?
At number 10, I had Dangerous. I cannot think about that movie without that song. Dangerous Animals. Dangerous Animals.
Is that Schoolhouse Rock? Or
yes,
that
is
sweet.
Schoolhouse
Nice.
Rock from the 60s or whatever.
Oh,
that is.
wow.
I'm just a shock. An ordinary
I'm just, yeah.
dog.
I mean, I'm a 20-something-year-old person, so that's way before my time. But, yeah, I picked Dangerous Animals, and we're going to talk about that later. So we'll skip me for now, but that was my number 10 pick.
Yep.
Bob, what was your number 10 pick?
My number 10 spot is going to Final Destination Bloodlines, which, again, we're going to stick a pin in that and come back to it later.
Okay.
Rand Diesel.
Randu.
I'm going to go ahead and cue up Soju for this one. My number 10 was,
Dangerous.
Animals.
I can spell.
You can. Look at
Those
that.
2
Look at you.
words. Yeah.
Just those two.
We never thought you'd get there, but congratulations.
It's taken 26 years, but here I
And a
am.
mnemonic song.
Killing it. Juice, your number 9 spot. Where's it going?
Let's see. We are going to discuss this one. Finally, we've been waiting and waiting to discuss Final Destination Bloodline. So, Bob, this was your number 10 pick. This was my number 9. And I guess Randy did not have it. So we're going to discuss it now. This one I thought was just a lot of fun. It really just, it kind of met and then exceeded my expectations, not by like a whole lot, but this is the 6th in the series or something like that. And the opening sequence is fantastic. That's what you're always kind of waiting for too with these Final Destinations. So the opening sequence was really good, and there was like quite a bit of comedy, some really good, interesting kills in this, and just a good way that they wrapped all the kind of Final Destination lore into it, and it just kind of delivered exactly what you need a Final Destinations to be.
Yeah. I would
Final Destinations.
generally concur with that. It's like a perfect Friday night popcorn flick. It like varies itself from the others just enough to make it interesting, and then it really hones in on some amazing and very funny kill sequences. And that's really what you want out of one of these movies. It's shockingly good for a part 6 of this goofy franchise, and yeah, it was a blast to watch in the theaters, so I would recommend checking it out.
If you guys say so. I thought it was
Did you watch
fine.
it, Randy? Oh, okay.
I did. Yeah, no, I thought it was fine. You know, like I could understand a Friday night watch, like, you know, high school date night, whatever. That's fine. But like, that's not a mark of quality in my mind. And I thought the kills some of them were okay, some of them were not. I did not give a shit about the lore. It was good to see Tony Todd do one last run, and that opening sequence did deliver, which is what you want out of Final Destination movie. If the opening sequence doesn't deliver, then you've got a shit Final Destination movie on your hands. All in all, though, I just didn't need it or really particularly want it or get a ton out of it. So for me, it was a non-starter for the top 10 for me.
I feel like in a better year, this is easily one. You know, this is our number 10 and 9, so it's not high up on the list. But
yeah.
But to be fair, you know, I putting stuff on Letterboxd and stuff. There were some people I saw who also rated this quite high, who I like follow. So it seemed like people generally were quite pleased with their experience overall. I think it was a pretty good experience.
I think if you wanted a Final Destination sequel, this probably delivered that for you. I didn't really want that, so I just didn't get anything
That's
out
fair
of it.
enough.
Haters gonna hate. My number
That's
9
me.
spot, I put a movie that we've been talking about for almost 2 years now, Dead Mail, finally making the
Dead
list.
Mail!
We are going to stick a pin in it, though, because it's a little bit higher on someone else's list.
Stick a pin in that fanny.
Randy, what's your
So Randy,
number
what's your
nine?
number 9?
My number 9, The Rule of Jenny Pin, which, Bob, I know you were kind of mid on.
I
Yes.
did not watch this.
No.
All right.
See, I don't. I could see this going for me like a couple of ways. Like this is, I put this on to kind of like bolster my 2025 horror intake. I think I got up to, what is it, 36? Yeah, 36 total new horror movies this year, which is like 10 shy of last year. So I was really trying to make things happen throughout the year. Every so often, I'm like, oh shit, I really need to like get my shit together and watch something. And I didn't expect much out of this because you had said pretty mild things about it, as I recall. And I really liked it. I thought aesthetically, the little puppet thing really eked me out in a really weird way. I don't know if Justin, are you familiar with this movie? Like,
No, I'll look it up though.
so it's Jeffrey Rush and
John Lithgow.
fucking John Lithgow. Thank you. Both residents of an old folks home or an elderly care center. One is a former judge, Jeffrey Rush, and he's being basically terrorized by John Lithgow, who goes around at night with this creepy little fucking doll that he's
Yeah,
hollowed
I don't
out
like this
and
doll.
taunts people.
Yeah, it does some fucked up shit with that doll.
He's a fucked up man, and I don't know. It gave me flashbacks to Dexter season 4, which is like by far the best thing
yeah.
Dexter has ever produced, and that was a Lithgow production as well. But like shady, scary Lithgow works for me, man. I love watching it, and Jeffrey Rush is an incredible actor. I thought that it did a lot with a pretty basic premise, and it didn't overburden itself with too much going on. It worked for me pretty well, and ultimately I struggled to think of a lot of real negatives. But in fairness to Rob, like I do think that it's the kind of movie that could very easily teeter in a different direction depending on your beer scenario, for example, or any number of factors who you're watching it with, whatever.
Yeah, it was okay. It was all right.
I had a good time. The person I was watching it with had a good time. So like that goes a long way. I think it's a very subjective, experiential addition to the list.
2 great actors, though. I will say having those
absolutely.
two included is intriguing.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Juice, that's number 8 to you. What you got?
We are skipping this one as well. It's going to be higher up on some lists, but it is Weapons. That's right. I put Weapons at number 8.
That's
Whoa.
crazy, man.
I guess.
Wow.
That's the best movie of the
Surprise,
year.
motherfucker.
It's not. Nobody said that.
Somebody said it. I'm sure multiple
No, they
people.
didn't.
Just look,
Sure,
people
multiple-
say all kinds
I
of
have
shit.
the list.
Have you met the internet?
Not us. Not us.
Oh, that's someone
Multiple
said it.
other people.
Oh yes, yeah.
Well, people don't have as
Externally.
good taste as your
Oh,
voice, though,
they're not
Juice.
making the taste like soju is.
They're not. They're not as refined.
I'm
as
making
I
the
am.
taste over here.
I'm quite refined.
Very refined. Let's talk about Cooter of the Week.
Wait, I got a mouthful of cream.
We gotta talk about cooters here.
Number 8
How about
to
some
Bob. My number 8 spot is a movie, a little uplifting joint I like to call The Long Walk, but we're going to be sticking a pin in that and coming back.
I was not 100% sure whether I would count that as a horror or not.
I went back and forth.
I did ultimately,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Randy,
It's
8 to you.
Oh yeah, 8 to me is what you have already mentioned, and we get to discuss it now, Mr.
Finally.
Dead Male. Finally talking about this fucking thing in an official
For the
last
we did a whole
time.
review.
Yeah, we did a whole
last
review,
time.
to be
No,
fair.
that's right. We did do a whole review. I forgot about that. For the
This
first time ever,
episode.
buddy.
With a
I
guest.
do not scroll up. I don't remember anything that happened before now, and anything that happened before now does not matter
Oh,
to me.
boy.
You see what I mean? This
boy.
retrospective of top 10 of 2025 is lost on me. Yeah. No, Dead Male. I really like this movie. It turns out that it's a lot more divisive than I thought it would be after we released that episode.
Yeah.
But man, I just love the tone of this fucking movie. I loved the audio mixing. The performances were fascinating. It was very insular, very simple, and very straightforward in its method of storytelling. I just really dug it, man. It was a really bright spot of the Overlook, whatever it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was psyched that it finally came out and we got to talk about it. And yeah, I'll go to bat for this movie every time, I think. Bob, what about you?
Same, man. Yeah, we watched this at the Overlook 2024. So yeah, almost 2 years exactly. And it's just a very interesting movie. It's hard to like compare it to much of anything, and it seems like, to your point, Randy, after we did our review on it, like half the people in the Slack enjoyed it and half of them were like, this shit's whack. It's a weird movie. The way it's told is sort of in chunks where like the point of view character shifts in a way that I find really interesting. And it's like largely about the development of synthesizers in the 80s, which is just a bizarre plot point. And this man is like fucking obsessed with creating like the ultimate synthesizer. And like so there's this dude working in the dead mail room, which is something I didn't even know existed, but the letters that are sort of lost in the mail go to this room, and he has to figure out where to return them to. And he gets a mail that's covered in blood, and somebody scribbled like, help me on there, and he's trying to figure out where this letter came from. That's how the movie starts, and then shit just gets kind of whack from there. It's just an interesting movie. I would recommend it, but I guess, results may vary on this one.
One thing that kept this off my list, if I didn't even think about it, but I was like, oh, it'll be an honorable mention if it doesn't get mentioned, which of course I should have figured it would have. But the only bad thing, which it's an interesting thing to bring up too, is I remember when I first watched this, so it was just a digital version for me for the Overlook, because obviously I didn't go there. But I remember even in that capacity, really enjoying it. And then when we had to cover it for the second time, I remember it dropping like significantly in my mind, at least how I remember being like, oh, I was like quite disappointed by the second watch. Not like it ruined it for me or anything, just like there was like a significant drop. And I was thinking like, that really kind of goes to show you when you get into kind of festival mode, I feel like there is a festival mode where you're thinking about films differently, even if you're not going to the theaters or hearing people speak about them or meeting the directors or actors, like you're just the way that you judge and think about them is a little bit different. And so in my mind, I kind of hold that as like, this is the ultimate kind of festival experience for me, where like in the festival, judging it for the festival, I thought very, very highly of it. And then when I had to revisit it in an official capacity, it did kind of like drop off for me.
That's an interesting point though. Like it is true. Like I think there is like there's festival mode that you get into when you're there, when you're not there. It kind of doesn't matter. Like you are taking in these movies with the understanding that maybe that these are kind of trials, tests almost.
Maybe
like,
you'll never see it again.
Maybe it'll never come across your eyes ever again. Nobody will ever hear of it. And you feel ingratiated in these movies. You want them to succeed, kind of.
Yeah.
And you want these people to do well.
Yeah.
You're rooting for these movies. And I think that takes you a long way in terms of your enjoyment. I also think, though, like the way that you handle that after the fact is something I'm learning how to do. And it's like, I kind of feel like rather than me becoming harder towards these, more firm in my assessments of these movies at festivals, I'm getting softer towards the movies that are being widely released. So like, less,
for
you know what I mean? Like I'm kind of like, I would think like, no, I need to be like rigorous with these people. I need to be just as rigorous with these new movies as I am with the wide releases. But the opposite became true.
Yeah,
I'm like much more amenable to all movies, I think, right now.
Softy Randy.
Whoa.
I'm just a softy.
Mr. Softy.
Come on, guys. They're just doing their best.
I get that like festival high when we're at a festival like in person and like you're surrounded by people that are loving it.
For
and
sure.
There's an energy. But when we're like blasting through a bunch of movies at the house for a festival, it feels too much like work to me. Like it's a slog, honestly.
It depends. If it's like the third festival in like 2 months, then that's
so.
Yeah, like
if I watch
2 years ago, we did like.
And it hits, that's a good fucking movie. Like, it just is.
Yeah.
And that was this. Like, we didn't watch this on premises. This was
there are still some where I'm doing the digital versions where I still get, like, wrapped up in some of the bigger ones where, I don't know. I think...
Yeah.
I go back and forth.
I think it's a factor either way, but I hear what you're saying, though. Like, it's like, especially a couple years ago when we were doing just a ton of digital reviews, we were trying to, like, cover... Like, we were really maximizing whatever we could. Because we were so appreciative to be included at all.
Yeah, it was like our first year doing it.
So, but like it wound up kind of feeling like work towards the end, and like then I started becoming way less amenable to these new movies, even because I was like, oh my god, I just don't have the energy to like be like focused and like adjusted and tuned into what this movie's trying to do when I just want to fucking relax on a weekend.
Yeah, I got to give a shout. Now that we're just talking about covering shit for festivals, quick shouts outs to our friends over at the Scariest Things podcast. I listened to some of their stuff recently, and Eric, whom we met at the Overlook Film Festival, super nice dude. He said he watched, I believe it was like 110 new horror movies in 2025.
Fucking Christ.
That's too much, dude. I couldn't possibly do that. So my hat is off to you.
Someone
sir.
pay this man.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
No, pay me first.
Pay all of us.
Pay us a finder's fee, but pay him.
I think I finally hit like 55 new releases for 2025, and even that is like, you know,
Damn, dude, that's impressive. That's more than I've like any of my like. I do a running tally I've had for like 3 or 4 years now, just for this episode. And yeah, 36 is as far as I gotten this year, and the most I've done is 45. So,
yeah. Well,
damn. Congrats.
Yeah, hats off, Eric. Let's get back to our list though. Number 7 spot going to Juice. What do you got?
Let's see. My number 7 was Companion, which we're going to skip for now. Bob, what was your number 7?
My number 7. We're all skipping this round. I got Weapons at number 7, and we're sticking a pin in it. Randy, you're number 7.
Yeah, there's a fatal flaw with this system where we like all are like, "Hey, guess what? My pick is this," and we're not going to talk about it now. We should reassess how we do this when we.
I mean, the only solution is
next year when we forget about it and just try to decide to do it exactly the same.
Yeah.
We could aggregate it, and that's really the only solution.
No, I whatever. I'm drinking.
Okay.
Mine was Frankenstein, Del Toro's Frankenstein. The Frank and Mang. We're gonna skip card.
Yeah, but now
Frank and Mang.
See, round 6, we're talking about all 3. You've
all 3, baby. We're finally wrapping it up.
Justin, number 6
Here
spot.
come the demons.
Tell us about
number
the demons.
6 is the Long Walkman. No, the Long Walk. Yeah, this is one of those. Yeah, I heard you mention that you didn't know if it was horror or not. I didn't really.
It's horror enough for this show.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's societal horror. I mean, it's
society.
I thought you were saying it's society's problem. They won't accept this as a horror movie. They're not ready.
It's the children that are wrong.
No, but I mean, it's a gory, it's very, I don't know, heavy on the heart. I think, and yeah, I mean, it's got a ton of death in it. So spoilers, I guess. But yeah, I mean, the premise of this is, you have, it's 52 because it's one from every state. So you have like 50 or 52. We have 52 states.
Fuck?
50 states.
Man, being an expat
I'm
is
like
really
living in
twisting.
the future.
We're just adding to them by the month. So to
you're
be
counting,
fair,
you're counting Venezuela and Greenland, I assume.
Yeah. More to come.
So there's 50 boys, teenage boys who essentially walk until they can't anymore, and then they're killed. So that's
why not
69 dudes?
Why not
69?
When I'm president, we're gonna have 69 states.
That's the longest.
And that's it.
69 boys.
That's all the way to the tailpipe.
But yeah, I mean, I thought it was quite brutal, and it was a really good performances. The guy who was in Alien Romulus is here, and
he didn't have to say a dumb callback line to a previous better movie. I thought the performances were really good, and just the premise was simple, but they made it work in a way that was very engaging for me. Like, I didn't get bored with the film, and it was pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
actually.
Cooper Hoffman, Philip Seymour Hoffman's son, and then David Johnson were kind of the two leads. David Johnson is the guy that played the android from Alien Romulus too. And those two guys are like, watching them work next to each other, they're like acting powerhouses. They really carry this movie on their shoulders.
They did a great job.
Fucking killed it, man. Yeah, and
honestly, sorry, go ahead.
It's like it's a crushingly dark movie. So like it's one of those movies that I really enjoyed watching as much as you can, anyways. But like, it's so crushing, I don't know that I'll watch it again. So if that's not horror
I never
enough,
want to watch it again. Yeah.
then I don't know what's horror enough.
Number 7, number 6.
Yeah.
So
I don't
Randy,
know,
you just didn't want to put it on the list because it wasn't horror, or?
I mean, I put it on my list. Ultimately, it just didn't make the top 10. Like,
Gotcha.
I did like it a lot. Like, it is very depressing. I also like, if I have a sticking point with it, it's that we have these two great actors, as you mentioned, Bob, carrying the movie, and then you've got fucking Mark Hamill being a total cartoon character.
He
Hamming it
changes
up.
it up. For
Yeah,
sure.
he does.
And it like, I like that character in a different movie, but in this movie, it's like cheapened it for me a little bit. And I only really realized that like a week afterwards. I was like, yeah, you know what? I think that's what was stuck in my craw about this movie, is that we've got a cartoon character. I got Jar Jar Binks in the middle of all this. Like, I don't know why we would do that, but I just
kinda
didn't make it my
liked
top 10.
the portrayal of he's like the general or whatever that's leading this long walk.
Yeah,
And
he's
it is
like in charge
it
of it.
is cartoonish, but in this like flatly evil kind of
Bleak.
this like benign way. Yeah, it's like it feels kind of maybe too real in a certain way, you know? Like
Some people
mean-
are like cartoon villains in real life. You
yeah,
know?
some people
Maybe.
You would
I
think
just-
they'd be real, but they are.
yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. It just didn't really
Shocking.
pan for me that way, but I hear you.
Weird.
Yeah, so the long walk. Number 6 to me, I've got Juice. Do you want to take it one more time?
Yeah, I guess one more time. DANGEROUS.
ANIMALS. Yeah, Dangerous Animals. This is kind of a surprise for me. I really didn't know much about this movie. It just kind of dropped in theaters, and it's kind of I guess it's really a serial killer movie, but by way of like kind of a shark attack movie. So it's an interesting sort of hybrid of subgenres happening. It's a great summertime watch. Jai Courtney plays the sort of madman in this, and he plays it in a way that's just like kind of zany and delightful to watch. There's a few super gory moments, and I overall just like thoroughly had a great time watching this. Weird mashup. I don't know. What'd you guys think about it?
You know what? I this is one I just squeaked in recently. You know what
Same.
it kind of made me think of was Thanksgiving. I just kept thinking about Thanksgiving because I was like, you know what? It really is just exactly what it needs to be. As Bob likes to say, meat and potatoes.
Totally.
Horror. Like, it's just one of those things where you said it's a great now, you know, there's not like a whole lot. I mean, there are, but there's some solid ones, but like it's this really solid summer entry now to watch in the summertime. They're surfing, they're out on the boat, they're out on the water, but it's not just like, oh shit, are we shipwrecked? And it's not the kind of classic stuff that we have a ton of other versions of. Yeah, it's this killer, so you get the aspect of like how he goes through his kills. He's got this method, and yeah, Jai Courtney is just like plays an interesting character, so he's got a good personality behind it. And yeah, it's just, you know, it's just really solid,
Yeah, I mean, I also just watched this, like trying to cram in, like you said, for the end of the year, and I don't know, I wouldn't even categorize this as a shark movie at all. Really, like it's a shark movie in the same sense that it's a summer movie, and that's just like the place setting, but it's not what the movie's about, really. I think this is really more of like you said, like it is very meat and potatoes. It's a comic book tale. Like it's a campfire tale that is really done well, and it's very cartoonish. Like this whole movie is cartoonish in the same way. And like, so like I was complaining about Mark Hamill's performance in the middle of what I would consider a more grounded movie. This isn't really grounded at all to me, at least not it's all grounded on the same level, I'll say. So I enjoyed it quite a bit. It took me some places I was not expecting to go, which is always nice, usually nice. And yeah, I don't know. The performances were good. The story, it was like I turned to Beck when we were watching this. I was like, this is kind of like elevated Hallmark horror, like elevated Lifetime movie horror, where ripped from the headlines, girl gets kidnapped story. Oh my god, it's basically that, but like ramped up and like acted to a T instead of acted terribly.
It starts off with like this corny meat cute too. Right? So yeah, that's
I know. This movie inspired me to go get pancakes because those pancakes look pretty delightful.
Whoa, those still look good.
There's a nice stack of flapjacks in this movie.
yeah.
Kind of remind me of Blue Crush a little bit, you know?
It's basically the perfect double
Before my
feature.
time, old man.
Our boy used to love Blue Crush, man.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to throw out the name out there, but
I'm not sure
Dox
that I know,
him.
but we'll talk later. Anyway,
Dox our
Dox his
boy.
movie tastes.
Dox that ass. Ray
movie
and
police
Diesel,
are gonna-
you're number 6. What are you doing at your number 6
My
spot?
number 6, I guess I'm the only one that put this on my list, but I chose Together, the Alison Brie DeFranco joint, which I did not necessarily anticipate them being particularly adept at big horror. Like I don't know. I like Alison Brie a lot. I think like I've liked her in pretty much everything I've seen. I'm a big Community fan, so from way back.
I bet you are.
And then
Annie's boobs,
all right.
baby.
Is my boner
favorite.
on screen? What's happening right now?
Not yet.
All right,
That's not
give it
my
a minute.
microphone, bonus.
Oh.
Damn.
It's a hell of a
You
window
get that thing
you got
checked.
there.
But I also don't like. I don't have a lot of like. I didn't have a lot of faith that this movie was going to blow my tits off or anything, and I wouldn't say that it quite did. But I was
tits are
really
gone.
impressed with. If only, buddy. But I really think this movie was like just really well done. Like I understood, like it was not the most subtle metaphor of all time, but they really played it to the hilt. I think they did really well with it. I liked the body horror aspect of this was solid. Like some of the sequences in this movie. For those who, I'm sure you guys know what this is about, but it's about a couple that through some sort of mystical situation, their bodies are trying to meld together or like morph into each other, and it's really fucked up. And some of those sequences are hard to watch. They're CG, heavily CG, but they still play, and that's praise in and of itself to say that, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I just like the atmosphere of this thing. Of course, some good actors in this, so they did a good job. And I just thought it was a pretty solid tale. It was a kind of a long Black Mirror episode minus the technology aspect. It was like a great Twilight Zone movie. I liked it.
Come
No, did anybody else see
together.
this?
Yeah, I saw it. It's an honorable mention of mine. Enjoyed it for the most part. Just didn't. My tits were still intact, I guess, by the end of it. You know.
Yeah, I actually didn't get a chance. This was on my list for a long time. Like I've been meaning to watch it. Just anytime I had an opportunity to, there was like for some reason I just got an urge to watch something else more. You know, like Dangerous is some ones I thought would be more fun. I don't know. Whenever I like went to go pull it up, I was just always thinking like I'm gonna watch something else, and so I still haven't got a chance to watch it. I plan on it, but I didn't actually watch it.
I think it's definitely worth a watch out of this batch from this year. I think it's probably one of the easier ones to recommend because I think it's quite universal, more so than a lot of the other movies that we're going to talk about or other movies that I've been talking about.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty easy to sit down and watch. That brings us to the top half of the list, our number 5 spots there, boys. Juice, what do you got at number 5?
So this is interesting too. We're going to discuss it now, but when I was like putting this list together, I didn't even really kind of want to put this high necessarily, but it just kind of ended up there, and it's Frank and Mang. So I mean, Del Toro carries a lot of weight in just that he is a fantastic filmmaker, and so a lot of his stylings, a lot of the choices he makes, and like the overall story and stuff really kind of like shine through. And what ultimately was like kind of like a disappointing kind of Frankenstein movie for me, but ultimately I still respected a lot of the film elements. Just, you know, it's almost like I loved more of the pieces than I did the overall whole, I think. But yeah, I mean, Frankenstein, it's you know, obviously nominated for some awards now. So I mean, it's got really high pedigree behind it. It's just I was a little surprised that it ultimately made it to a 5 spot. Somebody else had it on their list. I guess Bob, you didn't have it on your list at all, did you?
Nah, I left it off. Honorable
yeah, you
mention.
left it off. Yeah, I mean,
It's 7 for me.
it was 7 for Randy. I kind of wanted to put it lower, but it just kind of ended up here,
We had a review of this movie, and like we talked through it and we found a lot of interesting things about it, but we also found like a lot of negative stuff, and like I think we overall did rate it pretty highly. But when I think back about the year as a whole and like movies I really enjoyed and movies I look forward to watching again, it's just not one of them.
I kind of feel that same way too.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is like looking at the compendium of 2025 releases. Like, I really enjoyed it for what it was. I gave it the highest ranking of 4.25 according to the spreadsheet here. So like, I enjoyed this movie and I defended it and we talked about it and I saw some of the flaws that were pointed out and I understand all of those things. But more than that, like, it's just not a jewel that shines when I look at the overall crown of 2025. I put it on the list because I know that I felt really strongly about it. I think back on it pretty fondly, not to the point where I'm like psyched to watch it again right now necessarily, but I definitely would. Like, and it's one that stands out for the year a little bit, but not nearly enough to get higher than 7 for me. There was a time when I was shuffling things around and thinking it through where it definitely got beneath 10. So I feel you, Bob.
Yeah. Not his best work, but you know what? Plenty of grace going Del Toro's way. So not a big deal. My number 5, little movie called Companion.
Whoa, this was my like 7 or something. 7.
Definitely, I was a big fan of this one. This is written and directed by Drew Hancock. It's his debut feature film. Jack Quaid, Sophie Thatcher in this. A couple, like, I don't know if you'd call them horror staples yet, but they're sort of becoming horror movie staples. A couple actors that I really have been enjoying their work. And this feels like a more fun kind of date night version of Ex Machina or something, where it's like really tackling AI head on in a way that feels like in the pretty close future, like not even really distant future.
Whoa. Gotta get those AI girlfriends.
I mean, you gotta get them. There's a couple like fun surprises. You gotta let them get in your
head and drive you fucking insane, apparently.
Oh, God.
There's a couple fun surprises along the way, too. There's like some great gory moments. There's some comedy in this. Great performances. Another just kind of really fun thrill ride at the movie theater this year. I rewatched it and had just as much fun the second time as I did the first time with it. It just feels like a pretty well written and well realized, tightly directed movie, especially for like a first time director. I was just really impressed by this one. Oh,
yeah, I kind of keep this in my head too. It kind of lives in that same space as like Dangerous Animals and kind of Bloodlines and stuff like it. I was just like, yeah, this is fun and a solid premise and it delivers. Like it never was like reached anything so high, but each of the pieces are all like really solid. The overall experience is fun and it just kind of lives in that space. It's like, yeah, if somebody threw it on, if I had to watch it again, I'd be totally fine with it. Don't feel like a craving to watch it again. But when I think about it, I'm just like, yeah, it was solid all the way through. Nothing like super amazing, just solid,
I think that really sums it up for me too. Like this would have been on my top 5 or my honorable mention 5 that we're going to talk about later, but I knew it would come up in the top 10 because it is that kind of movie where it's like mileage varies or whatever. And I think I agree. Like it is like an easy movie to watch. It's very accessible. It's not very hiding what it is, and it's not giving you a ton to think about after the fact. It is just a consumable. It's cotton candy. You eat it and it's gone, and that can be fine. In a higher falutin film year than this, it probably wouldn't have come close to ranking. For me, it was, I think, 14 overall on my list, which is nothing to scoff at normally, but it probably would have been lower in a better year. I just think that it's like as fun as it was and as easy as it is to watch, that's not necessarily the thing that I think makes the top of the year for me necessarily. Dangerous Animals edged it out in a lot of ways by doing this. Jesus Christ. By doing like
So
the same
dangerous.
kind of approach, but I think more entertainingly. Like the entertainment factor was just edged it out. And like Companion is an entertaining movie, but that's for me kind of the extent of it. Entertaining, nothing more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just edged it out.
Oh my God, you guys are way more fixated on the word edging than I am. I'll tell you that.
Randy, you say it a lot.
That's because I use it in a way that is
we
not.
know you use it.
Oh, I'm
Randy,
sure you do.
Randy, you got to stop edging us out and tell us what your number 5 spot is.
All right. You feel the edge? Do you feel it?
No.
It's Bring Her Back, which we're not going to talk about just yet. So keep edging.
Skip it.
You bastard. You dirty bastard. All right. Takes us to our number 4 spot. Juice, what do you got?
So what I will say, I was just looking at my list. So even I just said, oh, Frankenstein. And even we said my number 6 was Long Walk. Like, oh, is it horror? But I feel like my top 4 are like this is the kind of concrete. This is where I'm like, yep, this is definitively like my favorite definite good horror of the year that'll probably stick around, for like top of the decade or whatever, if we do a top 100 or whatever. But so my number 4, we're not going to talk about it yet, but it is The Ugly Stepsister, which again, one of our bonus episode was an interview I got to do with the lead actress Leah Miron at BFON. So check that out.
Check it
And
out.
she didn't pay you a dime.
Whoa,
as far as we
not
know.
money.
He paid her.
Let's not insinuate things about our former guest.
Randy, you're the one who's trying to stir shit up.
Look, I'm just edging, baby.
Uh-huh. We know.
I'm just playing the riff I'm giving,
The
I like that.
Randy's
Let's
just
go with
calling the
that.
key. Juice is playing the
I
note.
know,
We gotta
Tickle them ivories, my lad. Tickle them. Bob, what's your number 4?
Begonia is sitting at my number 4 spot, but we're sticking a pin in it. Randy, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Weapons, which we will discuss.
Finally.
Fine.
So wait, Bob, did you leave this off your list? Is that right?
No, I had it at number 7, I think.
Oh, okay. I had it at number 8. Oh yeah, Bob 7, me 8. Okay.
Yeah, so this one for me, like it hits, like we're making a top 10 of horror list, and like to me, this is one of the more keyed into direct horror films that I have on my list, and like it feels like it needed to be represented in that way. But on top of that, like I just really fucking like this movie. It's got some like things that are a little bit odd, maybe some inconsistencies in there. We talk about this on our episode when it came out. There were some things that like could have maybe I'd feel a little less strongly about after our discussion, or maybe I feel more strongly could have been changed or altered or whatever. Flaws aside, I think this was a lot of fun for me. It actually spooked me out a few times, not in any way where I'm like staying up at night or anything, but it did hit the horror vibe just right for me in a few moments. In particular, the scene that will never leave my brain is the lady like shuffling out into Julia Garner's car and snipping her hair. That shit freaked me out. Yeah, I don't know. Like the performances are great. The method of storytelling is engaging and really fun. Ultimately, and the way it ends is such a hilarious fucking ending. Ultimately, I don't know. I like a lot about this movie, and only dislike a few things about it. It's for me a standout. It has enough artistic merit to where it rises above the just for entertainment label, even though it is quite entertaining. So that's I think pretty high praise.
Yeah. I tried to rewatch this. I mean, I did rewatch this. I rewatched, I think, almost all of these I have on my list. And it did kind of take a dip on my second watch, primarily because the mystery is no longer there. You're not trying to figure out what's going on anymore. And the first time you watch it, it's so intriguing, like where these kids have gone. You really have no idea. This kind of movie is like impossible to predict the ending. So when you see it, you're like, holy fucking shit, that's wild. But after the mystery is gone and you're watching it again, the way the story is told throughout these like different POVs does feel a little like redundant and maybe a little stretched out and just less interesting, but it is still interesting enough, I guess. Like it's like a secret kind of subgenre that if you haven't seen it, I don't really want to spoil it, but where the movie goes, it's just kind of a wild ride. Zach Kreger seems to just write movies like that, with, Barbarian being his first one, and then now this. His movies just sort of evolve in a way that's just impossible to see coming, which is nice, but I think might be kind of, if he continues to do stuff like that, it might feel like kind of gimmicky at some points. But I do like that he's writing and directing these like wild ass movies, and people are giving him the money to actually make it happen. So I guess we'll see what he's doing. I think he's doing that Resident Evil movie that's coming out later this year. So we'll see what that looks like.
That's a high wire act in and of itself.
Yeah, but I was the lowest on this film for this list, and when we covered it, I haven't rewatched it. But yeah, he's one of those filmmakers I'm really frustrated by, because one thing, I was talking about like Frank and Mang, where like, I really like the pieces, but ultimately, like, I'm not sure about the whole. But where it's like, I remember really loving the first half, and same thing with Barbarian too. Like, I remember being blown away by the first half of both of those films, and then both of them, when the switch happens, it takes like a big dip for me. And this one was better. Weapons, I thought, was better than Barbarian and more smooth than the transition. But it's still, I think he's got it's almost like Lost, where he's got these amazing setups, but like he doesn't necessarily deliver on where they need to go both times for me. So yeah, I mean, I respect a lot about it, and still I almost like crave to like watch that first half again, not knowing where it's gonna go, because I remember being so fucking intrigued by it and so interested in it, and then I just wasn't ultimately satisfied, which is a bummer. It is a bummer, but I still made my number 8. But we'll see how Resident Evil goes, I guess.
Yeah.
Woo.
Good
luck, buddy.
I hope there's no junior slump here.
Oh boy.
We shall see. That takes us to our number 3 spot. We're in our top 3 juice. What you got?
Yeah, so my number 3 is Bring Her Back, and we're still going to skip it, but this is kind of like the movie where I think about like horror. This is like just the straight horror flick of the year for me, but we'll talk about it later. So yeah, Bring Her Back.
Yeah. We got another round full of skips. My number 3 spot is going to Sinners. We're sticking a pin in it. Randy, what's your number 3?
My number 3 will be Begonia, and we're going to stick a pin in that for like 2 seconds while we move on to number 2.
Number
and Justin,
2,
what's your number 2?
Yeah, my number 2 is Begonia.
Oh,
whoa. So,
Scarlet Begonia.
Man, I need to watch the rest of his films, as I mentioned just a couple weeks ago. But like, fucking Yorgos, man, he's a really good director, and like I said, I've seen the original Korean version, which is also good in its own kind of thing, and this is just a really great version of that tale that's darker, that has great performances, and Emma Stone, man, she is fucking killing it. I mean, when I think about some of my favorite of the decade, Poor Things and Begonia now are those two, still like killing it with this. So I really liked it. I thought it was very successful in remaking this film for an American audience, and yeah, it's just really good. We just talked about it. So,
yeah, that was a really fun discussion, I thought. If you guys have seen Begonia, go back and listen to our full review. It's just an intriguing ass movie that you can really make a lot out of it if you want to. And if you don't, you're still just getting your mind blown by these amazing performances by Jesse Plemons and Emma Stone. And Yorgos Lanthimos has like such a style to his movies. They're not all the same either, but like you can just feel that he has his kind of fingerprints on it. It's just shot so beautifully and like in a very specific style. And the score is amazing. It just, I don't know, fucking hits. And it's one that I think you could rewatch and just keep pulling more stuff out of. So yeah, Begonia slaps, man.
Yeah, I would watch this again this week. Like it's like one of those, he hits that perfect zone of like easy to watch, lots to digest, and I love that. Like this movie has a lot going on. You guys mentioned so many of the positives already. The thing that brought it down to number 3 for me, because I toyed with putting this in number 1. Like it hit a few different spots on my list before I settled, and ultimately the thing that kept it off of there is the same issue that I harped on the entire episode, which is that the ending I feel like does, depending on how you interpret it, and because I don't have a better interpretation available to me that I can think of, I feel like it undercuts some of the best parts of the journey of getting there. Again, trying to avoid spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it, but like there's some things that happen towards the end that, like, to my mind, negate some of what really, really sung to me in the first half, the first 2/3. And that just kind of like, it dampens some of my enthusiasm. I think that's really all it is. And even though there's great performances in this, great music, and like such a beautiful naturalistic way of shooting things, and then also like an affinity for the absurd or for the high concept visuals as well that sneaks in here and there in this movie. It just takes us places that I really love going. I think it's a very entertaining and very effective movie that suffers from what I think is maybe a little bit of self-defeatism, maybe. Yeah, I really like it. Great.
Begonia. Number 2 spot to Bob. It is The Ugly Stepsister. We're sticking a pin in it until right now. Ooh. Randy, what's your number 2 spot?
Oh, it's The Ugly Stepsister. Oh. We'll never get to watch this movie for the cast, so let's talk about it for an hour.
I was like, why? And then after it's been on 2 polls.
Been on like 2, 3 maybe?
Keeps losing.
Luckily, there is a mini cast out there, I believe.
Yeah, there is.
One of us, me or Bob, did it. I can't remember who.
I did not. But yeah, I really like, I watched, this was like steady in my number 1 spot for a long time. And we'll get into why it shifted as we talk about the number 1 spots. But man, I really, really love like the taking a fantasy, injecting horror in it in a heavy way while still maintaining the fanciful, whimsical realism that exists within that world, and not like making a big joke of it or whatever. I feel like that would be the easy thing to do, is sort of like be tongue-in-cheek about the source material. But I think this really respects the source material, the Grimm's fairy tale source material, and it takes a lot of things, a lot of cues from movies like the Suspiria remake from a few years back, and like these, like the pressure of succeeding and having nothing to fall back on in a society where you are a part of the underclass, of which is women in this case, and you are also a part of an underclass, and that you're not our lead character is not a woman that is respected amongst her peers at all, and has to like scratch, climb, and like battle her way through to even a potential future that's worth living. And there's a lot of meat on those bones for me, and the performances sell it. The way it's shot is incredible, and Buddy, the gore factor is incredible in this movie. Some of the best gore of the year by far. Yeah, I really like it. Bob.
Yeah, this was just my.
Well.
Oh yeah, Bob, you go first.
Sorry.
Go first. No, Bob, you go first.
Yeah, I generally agree with everything you said. It's a really interesting combination of like this classic fairy tale that's told through a very horrific lens, and it's like obviously about a lot of the the patriarchy, but a lot of similar movies have come out here recently, but they just have not felt anything quite like this. There's a lot of really strong female voices sort of emerging in the horror landscape. And The Substance came out last year, kind of touching on similar things, these like impossible beauty standards and like the horrific lengths that women feel like they have to go to attain these things. And after watching The Substance, they cut a trailer for this movie that kind of felt like it was pitching it like the next Substance, and I was like really turned off by the trailer. But then I finally watched the movie and I was like, it's nothing like that trailer made it seem. It's much better, I would say. Yeah, I think it's just really smart to take this like very foundational fairy tale and like like expose it for what it is, in which these like terrible, impossible beauty standards are forced into these young girls' minds, and it's fucking so well done, and hopefully we'll maybe talk about it at length sometime. And there's some gross shit in this movie, like disgusting shit, and I mean that as a positive. Juice, what do you think?
Yeah, this was high on my list the whole year too, after the first time I watched it, which I believe was in the spring. I think we watched it for Overlook the first time.
Yeah, we did.
And yet one thing that I really respect about this film, well, there's a couple aspects that make it really special, is that we talk a lot that there's not a lot of fantasy horror. There's not a lot of medieval type horror, these period pieces in horror. And I think they did it well. And I think they did it with a limited budget where it still looks fantastic. Like, I don't think it's hindered much by its like budget or whatever. And it also too, it does an interesting thing. It's kind of similar to The Substance, but it's quite different. And then like, it's also a coming of age story, but it also has these kind of villains that are also sympathetic. Like, people make choices that, a lot of the Cinderella story is, Cinderella is the hero or the protagonist that you focus on. Everybody else is just these evil last villain bitches or whatever. But in this case, I feel like even the mom who drives a lot of like the negative thing this girl has to go through is like sympathetic in a deep way, and like the time that they live in and stuff. And I feel like Randy was talking about how good the gore is, but I feel like the gore, it's really good, and it touches on aspects of being a woman and the pressures of being a woman, but it doesn't feel forced in any way. It's like the things she has to go through feels like, feels like a natural progression of the story. It doesn't necessarily feel like they're forcing the issue or anything.
Well, like The Substance as a counterpart is like, that's somebody finding an obscenely ridiculous solution right out of the gate and just going for it. This is way more incremental.
Yes. I guess comparing, and that's the big difference to me for like The Substance. Like The Substance has the message that it's like ingrained in every decision.
Falling down a funnel.
This all feels like part of the story. Like it feels natural to the story that needs to be told. So yeah, I just really liked it, and it's nice to have a really solid, respectable movie that's also fantasy horror, that's also like medieval style. I think that's really cool. So yeah, this was high on my list for like pretty much the whole year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I also really love how they make Prince Charming just a fucking idiot. He's just a piece of shit. It's very funny.
But counterintuitively, I really like that they don't make Cinderella just a huge secret.
Yeah, me
bitch.
Too. I like
she's
that
like,
too. Yeah,
she's like a pretty normal person under terrible situation, and ultimately,
all the women are just trying to
doing their best.
Yeah, they're trying to find the one brass ring available to them, and they all have to compete to do it, and it's very heartbreaking for everyone fucking involved.
It is. It helps you understand why they are, so like when you first meet these characters, like everybody's a fucking bitch in this movie, but like it helps you understand like they're just trying to survive, really.
They have no recourse other than to reach and strive for society's goals for them.
Yeah.
And there's like a really standout scene for me that just was like so heartbreaking. It was interesting too, meeting this woman who plays this role, who's very beautiful and like it is like a model in a sense, but who's playing this kind of frumpy teenage girl. But I think it like hits so hard of where this just like young girl is just like looking at her body in a mirror and just like hating it so much. Sucks. And it's so sad. Like, dude, it's so sad. So just some really standout moments in this film. Yeah.
Good shit.
We love it.
Moving on to our number one spot, Juice. Let's just go ahead and talk about it.
All right.
What do you got?
Let's just do it.
So you're stealing my thunder.
Because it's Randy's. But yeah, Sinners. So Sinners. Let's just talk about it. Sinners. I've seen this movie 3 times now this year.
Wow.
And it just broke records for being the most nominated film at the Oscars or whatever. It's got like 16 nominations. Yeah. And I watched it 3 times because the first time I watched it, it was brand new. We had to watch it for the cast to cover it. And when we have to do that, you usually have to watch some like lower grade version because it's not out in Korea yet. So I watched it then. I went in completely blind. I knew even at that time that there was like some buzz, like people are enjoying this film, but I didn't watch any trailer. I didn't even know Michael B. Jordan was in it. Didn't know anything about who directed. I was like, okay, people are digging this movie. Loved it. I thought it was just like the performances, the setting, what they were talking about completely surprised me and blew me away. Then I got to watch a good version of it later on. And then it was on the plane when I was coming to the States. So I watched it again. Because I was just craving to watch it. It was just that good. And I remember thinking, I was like, I'm at least going to watch the first half because I love the kind of historical setup and everything of it. And I just like watched all the way through. And it's just like such an easy movie to watch. It's so enjoyable all the way through. And it doesn't, one thing I do love about it is it doesn't have to be horror at all. You could take this movie and easily not make it a horror film. It's not essential to the plot of this film, but they make it essential to the plot ultimately. And I just think it's a fantastic film. It's one of my top of the year, like just not even in the horror realm. Like it's just one of my top films of the year, maybe top film of the year. I don't know. It's just seeing it 3 times. Each time I watch it more and more, I just kind of enjoyed it even more than the first watch. And I think it absolutely deserves all the credit that it's given right now, all of the nominations. Like it's just, Michael B. Jordan is a fantastic actor, and everybody does a good job in here. Like all the beats of it, I love the times that they set it in. I love the outfits, the way they speak, the character. Like it's just so rich. Jack O'Connell's here too. The music that they put in here is fantastic. It's just great. It's just a great, great film.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that, like, the thing about this that, like, really, like, I talked about how Ugly Stepsister was my number one pretty much until this week when I was, like, really going through and reassessing and making sure I was happy with everything. And the thing that ultimately put it over is just how fucking fully and completely rock solid this movie is. Like, all the things you said I mostly agree with entirely. But the thing about it is, like, picking apart a flaw, what flaw in this movie? Like, this movie is like immensely enjoyable, immensely entertaining, and also it has a lot to say beneath the surface and a lot to dig through, a lot to think about, and the performances are fucking incredible, and it's one of those movies you can just be dropped into at any fucking moment in it, like you said, and enjoy it. It's like Forrest Gump. Like if this was on TBS in an edited version, I'd sit down at minute 40 and watch the entire fucking thing because it's that engrossing. I don't know how else to put it. I will say this, like, I think that, like, of the last, like, it's incredible this got nominated for all the things that it did with the Oscars. You know, we're always happy to see horror represented at the top levels of the Oscars. I will say that I like the most recent example of that outside of this is Parasite, which I think is, for my money, hands down a better movie. I like that movie better, but so like I won't push it to like the top of the decade of the millennia, anything like that. But I really love this movie, and we all gave it 4.5s coming out of the gate when we reviewed it. I think it's a 5 movie for me now. It's grown on me that much. I have not, like, my enthusiasm for it has not really dissipated. It's not really changed, which to me is the proof that it's here to stay in my brain. So yeah, this is my number one for the year. It got pushed over. Ugly Stepsister was a damn close second, though, man. It was neck and fucking neck. I just have so much affinity for that movie. I really like it for its uniqueness, whereas I like this one for its, like, just pure, unadulterated, and unimpeachable craft. Incredible stuff.
And to be fair, too, Begonia's representing for horror as well.
Yeah,
true. And I did mention my flaw with that, which is what pushed it down for me. But yeah,
and the Ugly Stepsister.
Did it get?
and
Oh,
Weapons.
foreign film. Yeah, foreign film. Yeah, it was
didn't know
nominated
that.
for foreign film.
Weapons was nominated for
Great.
like best
I
supporting
didn't know-
actress.
I didn't
So
know
there's
Weapons
actually
was
a
nominated.
lot. Yeah, a lot of
Okay.
horror representation this year.
Hey,
Whoa, maybe we'll be hosting soon.
We're probably
you
gonna host
know?
the Oscars.
We're like the top names
Now
of
seems-
horror tastemakers that
We
are
make
out
of the
there,
day.
so.
now seems like the time
make
to
your
mention that we
taste.
all sing and dance, and we are all very funny with a hot mic. So let's just give it a try, people.
Rock.
What are you going to do? Are you going to
and
dust off the bones of Billy Crystal again? I don't think so. All right,
we
bring
have
us out.
great chemistry together too.
We do?
Oh, yeah.
Sexual
Shut up,
tension
Rob.
between us.
And we keep it G for the whole damn family.
The fuck yeah, we do, buddy.
For the whole family.
God damn
I had,
right.
It's just peanuts in your face.
Talk about Sinners and then talk about your number one.
Okay, I had Sinners at my number 3 spot on this list. The primary reason for that is because the vampires, like the straight ahead horror aspects of this movie, I didn't love. I didn't love the vampire action necessarily. Whereas like the Ugly Stepsister at my number 2 spot, and then my number 1 is, spoiler alert, Bring Her Back. I thought those two were just better straight ahead horror movies. But this movie's incredible. Like you said, Juice, you take the horror stuff out, and it's still probably going to be an Oscar-nominated film. I love that.
Probably more so.
I love that Coogler.
Yeah.
So, I don't think that's possible. Actually,
You take out the vampires, and all of a sudden,
20 nominations. I love that Ryan Coogler like made the choice to make this crazy vampire flick. Though, like he could have made anything he wanted to, obviously, because they gave him the money to make this wild ass fucking thing. Like a director of that caliber who just makes hits, just like hit after hit, decided to make this wild ass movie, and it's great. It's fantastic. I love spending time with these characters. The first like hour or so, 45 minutes, where you're just riding around town meeting all these characters, is my favorite part. When we get to the vampire stuff, it is interesting in a more like thematic sense than it is like vampire action sequences on the screen for me. And that's like the only thing I personally would really dock it for. But the soundtrack is incredible. The acting is incredible. It's really got a lot going for it. And this is like, when I think about 2025, this is the movie that like reached every audience possible. Everybody saw this movie. Most people, I think, went to the theater to see it more than once. Like it broke through in every imaginable way that a movie can. So kudos to Coogler. Maybe he'll make another horror movie at some point. That would be amazing if so.
Sinners 2. The Warrens are now involved.
Oh my God. The fucking Warrens. No. So yeah, my number 1 spot is going to go to Bring Her Back. This to me is the best straight ahead horror movie of the year. It is directed by Danny and Michael Philippou, the YouTubers gone mainstream, I guess. I fucking love this movie. It is so like dark. It is like unflinchingly grim and it's just full of dread in a way that like few movies really ever are. And I like that about it. It's got some amazing performances too. I mean, it essentially is about a woman sort of refusing to deal with the loss of her child. Like she is not grieving in a way that you would call healthy or normal. She's going about it in a really fucked up, twisted way. And Sally Hawkins
Seems normal to me.
Is in this role, and she absolutely kills it. There's I don't remember the child actors in this, but I believe the girl, this is like the first thing she's ever acted in her entire life, and she absolutely crushes it. Her older brother does a great job too. The little boy they get to play Ollie, who's kind of like a freaky character, without spoiling anything. That is the scariest kid I think I've ever seen on screen in any movie. He is terrifying. I don't know. This is a horror movie that kind of makes your blood run cold in a way that is also like really beautifully shot and edited in a very like energetic kind of way. And I just think the Philippou brothers are fucking killing it. I can't wait to see what they do next. They're banging on every level.
Talk
man.
deuce to me.
Talk.
That's what they're doing.
Don't talk deuce to me. Bring her deuce.
We could talk deuce all day long. Yeah, this is a fabulous film.
Deuced.
Talk deuce to me. That's the name
our
of
new
Bob's
spin-off
podcast. The
Yeah.
Shitcast.
Talk deuce.
The Shitcast by another name. Anyway, bring her back. Yeah, like, I really do love
Talk
this
deuce
movie.
to me, baby.
You don't know what you're inviting. That's like
Oh,
that's
God.
like
Oh,
asking
I know,
Dracula to come on
Randy.
in.
I know
I need a logo.
exactly what I'm doing.
I need a talk deuce to me logo now.
That's our next T-shirt. Talk deuce to me.
I'm going to edge
Randy,
you on
go
that
ahead.
for a long time. Anyway,
Please.
yeah, bring her back. It's a great film. Like the way this movie is shot, like there's something very specific that is hard to quantify about these different movies that we're talking about. These top 3, top 4, they are all so fucking good, and they all have like such a clear directorial voice. I think this is absolutely the case here. Like Coogler is like great at making something like very intense and like I don't know, like societally difficult to talk about and making it accessible to fucking everybody. Bring her back, like the Philippou brothers. They like just make you feel with so much dread, but it's not the same kind of dread as Weapons. Like, it's fucking crazy that all these different voices really shine through, and I cannot tell you what the qualitative differences are that make them feel the way that they do. But this has such a feeling. It's so dreadful. It's so terrifying. You said the kid actors in this, to me, as great as Sally Hawkins is and all these other characters or whatever, like, the kids are what sell it to me, especially like the little girl. Like, I'm pulling for these kids so hard the whole movie, and they're just constantly being like put in these horrifying situations, and it just makes me feel for them the whole way through. It carries me through this movie. And also, speaking of Sally Hawkins, between her and was Amy Madigan doing Aunt Gladys and all this stuff, there's like a real running theme of like kooky old ladies who are secretly like the devil
Doing fucked up
happening
shit.
and
Yeah.
doing fucking horrible things to families and kids. Like, that's happening this year, and I don't know what that says about society or what, but it has to be called out. Yeah, I really love this thing. Rob, you kind of nailed a lot of the points I would have made. So, Juice, what about you?
Yeah, I'll just say again, it was like the straight horror of the year for me. And again, the Philippou brothers. It's interesting to see a couple of these names on this list who are kind of defining this decade, because, Talk to Me is going to be definitely on my list for best horror of the decade, as well as, Barbarian 2 made like a big splash, and now Weapons, and then also to Yorgos too with Poor Things and stuff. So it's interesting to see the directors that are kind of shaping this this decade, and I think they're doing a really good job. The Philippou brothers, I can't wait to see what they come out with next. This year they were top 3, and then before for me, and then before they were like number 1, I think, Talk to Me a couple years ago. So yeah, this movie, it's just, I saw it twice. I saw it when we covered it, and then I saw it again around with a friend around Halloween time, and it's brutal. It's a tough watch. It's chilling, great performances, great coming of age story, something familiar but also quite different. Just a different kind of spin on something that you've kind of experienced a little bit before. And yeah, they're really great at that. They're really great at coming up with these like interesting ways to throw you in a situation that feels familiar, but they present it in a new kind of way. So yeah, just really, really dug it. Great horror.
Dude, yeah.
Really nugget.
Fantastic. I know they are doing like a like an extreme, like a backyard wrestling documentary or something like that probably is coming out this
which
year.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, and
because they're really into it. Yeah.
At least one of them participates. I know that's
Yeah, I
kind
know
of up
that
your
that's
alley,
true.
Randy. So keep an eye out.
I'm
for
curious.
That.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I want to see more of their horror films than I want
Me
to see
too.
anything
Like Talk Deuce.
documentary.
Talk
Okay.
Deuce to me, baby.
Whatever their next shit-based project is, that's what I
I mean,
want.
they are making that. Aren't they making Talk to Me sequel?
Yeah,
I think they are.
it has been greenlit.
Are they?
I believe they have written it,
So.
but not started anything. It was like
Making
greenlit
it,
before they made Bring Her Back.
They
I
made
think,
this,
actually.
yeah.
They've earned my trust, but I am dubious about.
Yeah, I don't want a
sequels,
sequel.
baby.
Just make more original shit. That's really,
I agree, but
really what I want,
At least it's not a fucking
I'll roll
Marvel
with them.
project.
dude. Yeah.
The next
Direct
natural progression.
Blade.
Made a guy like a
If they made a
world-killing,
Blade
amazing
movie,
horror
though,
movie.
I might be into that.
I don't know, man.
I don't want to roll the
Spoiled.
dice on
Yeah.
sequels.
We saw
and
what happened
Marvels.
to the guys who do those crazy sci-fi movies, and that did not end well.
Oh, the
Moorhead.
Vincent Moorhead.
Vincent and Moorhead.
Yeah, they did the Daredevil.
Daredevil.
That was a pile of shit, dude. Yeah, I couldn't.
Sorry,
what did they-
boys.
the
Daredevil
They
Daredevil.
did
show?
the new Daredevil show.
Oh,
Season 3
that
or
is
4,
well off my
whatever. Dude, I
purview.
could not watch it. It sucked. Okay. Let's run down our list one more time real quick, and then we'll get into some honorable mentions. Juice, you want to run yours down?
Sure. Number 10, Dangerous Animals. 9, Final Destinations, Bloodlines. 8, Weapons. 7, Companion. 6, The Long Walk. 5, Frankenmang. 4, The Ugly Stepsister. 3, Bring Her Back. 2, Begonia. And number 1 was Sinners. Randu. Run down your list, please.
Sure thing. Number 10 is the song Dangerous, and then the word animals, dangerous animals. Number 9 is The Rule of Jenny Penn. Number 8 is Dead Male. Number 7 is Frankenmang. Number 6 is Together. Number 5 is Bring Her Back. Number 4, Weapons. Number 3, Begonia. Number 2, The Ugly Stepsister. And number 1, Sinners. Simpatico on those top 2 with Soju up top.
Bob, run it down, please.
Number 10 spot, Final Destination Bloodlines. 9, Dead Male. 8, The Long Walk. 7, Weapons. 6, Dangerous Animals. 5, Companion. 4, Begonia. 3, Sinners. 2, The Ugly Stepsister. And 1, Bring Her Back.
All right.
All right,
There we go.
There you go.
What a year.
Honorable
What
mentions,
a
boys. Let's get into them.
Sure. Where you want to start?
Yep. How many we doing? Just as many as we got or whatever?
Yeah, I jotted down 5, but like if you got more or less, whatever. Yeah, whatever you want to bring up. Whatever you'd like to mention honorably.
Okay.
You want to just run them down
Where we
one at a
going?
time?
Yeah, all together or
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but-
you start us then.
Yeah, just run yours down real quick.
my whole list?
Yeah, sure.
Do it.
Oh, okay. This is actually one that I just added to I forgot because I was like, oh, wait a second. I didn't put this on my list. It wouldn't have made my top 10, but yeah, it was an A24 joint, Death of a Unicorn. Did you boys watch this?
I never did.
No, I heard terrible things about it.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of did too, actually, but it's got Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega in it, and I don't think it's terrible. It's an A24 film, and it's a creature feature that is about unicorns, and it brings like unicorn lore, and it's funny, but they're not playing it up too much. Like they still play it straight, actually. It's like a unicorn creature feature, and they go through some unicorn lore. And I think the biggest thing holding this thing back is the CG. Like there's a couple different unicorns, and they don't really keep them in the shadows through the whole movie. They're out there. But I don't know. I actually thought it was fun enough. I thought it was kind of interesting enough. And it's kind of cool, honestly. You know, I know it's one of the jokes from Cabin in the Woods. That's one of the jokes, but it kind of delivers on that kind of promise of like a unicorn horror movie. And I thought for that kind of wacky-esque premise, it's pretty solid, honestly. Because like the whole thing is like there's this pharmaceutical company that gets a hold of the horn, and they find out like or the blood and like that stuff, like it can heal you, like the like the lore of unicorns and stuff, and they try to exploit that and stuff. I thought it was a pretty good take on it, actually. So that was one of my honorable mentions. I was gonna do honorable mention of Dead Mail. That one I just did a mini cast on too, Dead Talent Society. I thought it was quite a pleasant, fun watch. It's a really light. It feels like a really light afternoon kind of watch. It's fun and it's cute and it's got good chuckles and fun little premises, and yeah, it was just really light and fun. And the only other one I think that's probably worth mentioning is one that it's on streaming somewhere, but The Descendant. So talking about Benson and Moorhead, it's one of their little. They didn't make it, but it's one of their produced films, and it's got their vibe, and it's kind of sci-fi based, alien based a little bit. But it was at one of the festivals that we covered, and I think now it's released. And yeah, I think if you like their vibe, it's one that definitely flew under the radar this year. Not a lot of people talked about it. But I think it fits their style and aesthetic. And if you like sci-fi alien stuff, I think that it delivers pretty good on that premise. It's got like an abduction kind of thing. So yeah, The Descendant. Those would be my kind of honorable mentions. Who wants to go next, Bob?
Yeah, sure. Movie called Influencers. I saw it at Popcorn Frights Film Festival. Liked it quite a bit. It's on Shudder now. It's a sequel to a movie called Influencer, which is also a Shudder original. I would recommend watching both of them.
Okay.
It is. It's one of those movies where you really do have to watch the first one for the sequel to make much sense to you. But it is about influencers abroad, going country to country and taking, footage and pictures of themselves in these nice locations and promoting projects and trying to make a living doing that. And then there's this one sort of nefarious girl who befriends them and tries to do certain things that she shouldn't be doing. And both of these movies are like clearly shot with a meager budget. I don't know exactly how much offhand, but the way they are shot and where they are shot, they feel like massive movies. They feel like they've got a $30 million, $50 million budget or something like that, and they absolutely do not. The acting is fantastic, too. I feel like they're just sort of punching above their weight class. Both of them are really like fun thrillers more than like straight ahead horror movies necessarily. But I would recommend watching both of them for sure. Also Presence. I like that one quite a bit.
Yeah, like that was my list too. Yeah, that one. Yeah, good call, Bob.
Like a January release or something. It was early in the year, and it is essentially a family moves into a house and there's a ghost floating around, and the movie is shot from the perspective of the ghost. And it's really like a movie about this family. It's not like super scary necessarily. There might be like one or two little scares in it, but it's really not a super scary like haunted house movie or anything. It's really just about this family dealing with stuff, and we kind of get a fly on the wall sort of POV by way of the ghost. And it's just like a really interesting way to shoot a haunted house movie. It's like a fun exercise in a way, and just kind of felt fresh, and comes together pretty well at the end, I think. I had Together on there, which we already kind of talked about. Frankenstein as well, honorable mention, and a movie called The Damned, which I did just do a mini cast on. I like that one quite a bit, but if you haven't heard me talk about it already, it is a movie about this like small fishing village in Iceland, and they witness a boat sinking offshore, and they try to navigate their way through that situation, and some fucked up supernatural stuff sort of starts going on at the camp.
And it's like, what, the 1700s or something like that?
Yeah, it's
maybe 1800s?
Maybe 1800s. Yeah, it's a period piece.
Maybe even 19. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's in the
a period
future.
piece.
Maybe they have spaceships.
It's a galaxy far, far away.
Maybe I didn't even watch it. I don't know.
What's happening?
But yeah, that's all I got. Rand Diesel, what do you got?
Yeah, so I kind of figured that we would have a lot of crossover with our honorable mentions. So I tried to call out some movies that I think and deserve a little more attention that I probably wouldn't, that aren't like next up on my list necessarily. So with that forewarning, I'm going to start with a movie called Found Footage, the making of the Patterson Project, rather. I got that title wrong. So this is kind of like a horror comedy from the perspective of a group of people who are making a found footage documentary, found footage horror about Bigfoot. And it's hard to talk about without talking about it's hard to talk about the premise because there's more to it than that informs what happens. But it's a very fun and silly kind of take on what this could be. If you heard that description, I'm a found footage nut, as we all know, and I was just interested, and I'm a little bit of a crypto
nut. Randy loves cryptocurrency.
Cryptid nut. Yeah, I love a Bitcoin. Give me that Bitcoin. No,
give me one Bitcoin.
Just give me one. Yeah, I'll make a fortune. No, I don't know. Fuck it. This is a fun movie. I think this deserved more attention. It's a very silly thing, and it's tough to talk about because there's a big kind of mystery in the middle of it, and it's worth enjoying that mystery play out.
Randy's a bit of a mystery nut.
I am.
Whoa.
Mysterious
nut.
I am a mysterious nut. You better hope you're not allergic to me. So yeah. Oh God. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this without spoiling a whole lot, but I enjoyed it. It is a horror comedy that deals with those topics. If that sounds appealing to you, please just give it a watch. I think it's worth checking out. Also, The Life of Chuck, not technically a horror movie, but a very good movie that we liked. And also was created by Mike Flanagan, who is obviously ingratiated to the horror community, especially in this podcast. We're big fans of the guy. He's our boy.
He's our boy.
And we know him.
It's a very nice drama film that leaves you feeling kind of good, which is not often the case these days in life or movies. So I appreciated getting a somewhat life-affirming movie in the middle of my horrifying 2025 year. Yeah, I think it's Tom. Was it Tom Hiddleston? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Blanking. Okay. He's the titular Chuck. There's a fuck ton of people in this movie. Matthew Lillard's in this movie. Everybody's in this movie.
Franklin
and
Rich.
they're all putting forward some
movie.
Franklin Rich, our boy, our real boy. Yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I don't know what to say about it besides that. I've been drinking too much to be coherent. So here we go. Next on my list, Clown in a Cornfield. We watched this at Overlook.
Yeah,
There's corn in that clown field.
Wait a minute. Amongst those clowns, do you see that corn? Is it just me? No, yeah, we watched this film at Overlook. Bob and I did, and Juice, I'm sure you watched it at some point.
I had not.
Or did you not get a screen? I guess they didn't have a screener for that one. But this is
sorry.
sort of like a teen.
Oh, you must.
Okay.
You must not have gotten a screener.
I guess you didn't get that screener.
Keep edging. Keep edging.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't want it anyways. It looks stupid.
Well, you're not wrong about that.
Not even
It is
like
kind of
clown
stupid.
fields.
It's kind of stupid and
I
kind of
hate
fun.
corn.
Oh my god.
We're never gonna
Shitty new metal band anyways.
corn in a clown field.
Well, they got
That's
a
their
field
new
named
one.
after him. That doesn't make any sense.
It's a fun movie. It's geared towards tweens, teens, and adults, and
Automobiles.
it delivers. What?
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know. Continue.
It's a fun movie. I'm not going to say anymore. It's a fun movie. I enjoyed it. That's all. Next, we're going to talk about Good Boy, the film.
Oh, yeah.
That we watched for Overlook as well, where the point of view character was a dog, was a man's trusty, loyal canine. And automatically, as a bit of a dog person, not a dog nut, but a dog person, I was very interested in this idea. We've been enjoying like a slew of point of view, like odd point of view horror movies, which has been working out really well. Like Ugly Stepsister is kind of one.
Presence too, from a ghost.
Presence, and
Violent
then the year
Nature.
before, Violent
Yeah.
Nature. Yeah, Violent Nature. Like we've had a few of these. People like really just trying to like find a new angle on things. And I think this is a fun one, like, or not fun is maybe not the right word. It's a kind of a sad one ultimately, but the performance by this dog is pretty fucking incredible. And it's the director's just dog. It's just his dog.
That's
like,
wild,
I don't know.
dude.
That's crazy to me. And like, I think that it's very impressive. And it's also very hilarious that dog won, I don't know what
Best Actor
award over a bunch of humans that had to sit there and watch a dog accept the award that they worked their lives to win. That's pretty fun.
I worked my life for this.
I know that's gotta sting.
Smile and clap. Try not
The
to.
dog's been good though.
The dog
He did a great
good.
job.
Yeah,
He earned it.
the dog is
He
not
earned it without knowing it.
capable of acting though. So like for it to
No,
win an
yeah.
award
Yeah.
is a little.
That's a question for the philosophers. I'm just saying that dog did a great job, and I really thought that this movie could have gone a whole hell of a lot worse than it did. And I think it's worth watching. It's on Shudder, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I'm going to mention is a film that I recommend people go into without knowing much, without expecting much, and with a cohort that's ready to laugh. The Toxic Avenger was very fun for me
Go ahead
this
and
year.
watch this trailer.
What?
You said go in. Never mind.
Don't watch the trailer.
Okay.
You don't have to watch. Like, if you know anything about the Toxic Avenger and trauma, I am not. I'm not a trauma guy in general. I don't think any of us here
Not a
are.
trauma nut?
Really?
I'm not a trauma nut. I think that like the quality, or not even the quality, just like the enjoyability of those movies is low, pretty low, low percentage of win rate, low win rate on those movies for me. So I was not necessarily anticipating this being a great movie, but I was excited to check it out anyway because it's got Peter Dinklage, and they're like trying to bring this like classic, like the classic trauma film to a more broad spectrum audience, and I think they did a pretty good job. I laughed a good number of times in this movie, in a year that, you know, we desperately could have used more like reasonably good comedies. So I think that it's worth watching for that reason. Just don't go in expecting to have like your brain to be melting with joy. It's not that great, but it is an enjoyable movie.
With joy.
Specifically. I hate it, but I love it.
Yes. Yes. No. Yes.
I love it so much that I hate it.
No. Yes.
It ain't a hate watch. It's enjoyable.
Yeah, no.
It's so
That's
good
it for me.
that it's bad.
I meant to mention Good Boy and Presents as well. Those were both pleasant surprises for me.
Nice. Well, let's talk about
Put my name on them too. Go ahead.
some doo-doo caca.
I'm not going to sign your name on the card. Okay. All right.
But yeah, can you go ahead and put my name on that card?
This gift
That
is not
Presents
from
card,
you.
Good boy.
It's not
Oh
from
my
you.
God.
I also like those movies. I have good taste too.
And now time to bring her deuce cast, in which we're going to talk about his shits for a while.
Bring her dudes. That's not.
Yep.
Bring her dudes.
So much worse than talk deuce to me.
Bring her dudes, Bob.
Bring her dudes. Oh man, the image is going through my brain.
I don't control that, for the record.
True horror. Oh god.
Oh boy,
Oh,
that was great.
Where were we?
We are-
Speaking of,
And now we're going.
We're about to
the,
talk deuce. We're about to talk about
yeah.
the worst of the year, worst of 2025. Juice, you want to kick us off with your deuce talk?
Yeah, I'm going to do it because everyone else is too scared to. But Predator Badlands, it's not good. I don't know why people are pretending this is good or horror actually at all. Other than it's got a Predator from the Predator franchise in it. Oh, this movie sucked butts. Really.
I didn't see it.
It's,
Me neither.
I'm like blown away at how much praise it was getting. It felt like, honestly, it true. Like there were scenes where I was like, this is just stolen, and not even from the best ones. From like, it feels like a bad Star Wars knockoff of the bad Star Wars movies. It just Really, it really did.
Damn.
There's like a moment where he's like carrying an android around, like C-3PO. There's a scene that's like a Tatooine scene. Like it really did. And I didn't think it looked particularly good. It's got a lot of these kind of creatures that are CG that look bad. There's like this monkey thing in it. I just thought it was shit. I was like blown away that so many people, especially that love the Badlands, and like I feel like it's one of those things where people like turn your brain off and just enjoy. I said no, it's bad. It's really bad. It looks like shit. The story
Smells
shit.
like shit.
The acting is shit. I really did. I thought this was like surprisingly bad, especially for how much praise it was getting. So Predator Badlands, I think it's not good. Not good. Not the worst. It's not the lowest on my list, but it's yeah,
I'm still a little curious about it, but like anytime you make the Predator less than the villain in any way,
he's not hidden. He's the hero. It's just,
I know that's anything.
like
Anytime you like
Jedi.
veer him away, it loses me just on principle. That's never worked out before. Like that, they did that in some of the Alien versus Predator movies, making him de facto the less evil of the what do you call it? Like the anti-hero, and I hate it. I hate that. Like this is a thing that just wants to kill for pride. That's it. Like,
yeah,
let it be that.
It's terrible. And also, to all the deaths, they're all like androids, so it's not. It might be PG-13 or something.
All of them?
It's really lame. It's so fucking lame, dude. It's
All
so
of them
lame.
are-
Yeah, I
that's
think
crazy.
so. I think all the people are just androids, so there's no blood or any. It's terrible. So terrible.
Yeah, I'm not too interested. What's your number?
Should I keep going? Like, should I just keep rolling?
Yeah,
or?
you can run through yours. We'll do it the same way, just blast through yours.
Okay, I
and
mean, these are all just the bed. These shouldn't be. I mentioned a couple, maybe last week, about a movie called Elevation that was kind of like a creature feature, more action-y, but about the ant things that are giant but can't go above a certain elevation. That was really dumb and stupid. Not straight horror. I would say, like, from the horror aspects, though, the two lowest on my list, Wolfman, which that acting was terrible and a huge disappointment. I think expectations going in of like this should be better or could be better or would set it up a little bit, but the acting was surprisingly bad and the story was not very interesting and there's not a lot of characters and nobody is like doing what they're supposed to do.
It sucked in every
sucked.
conceivable way.
Really
Is it on your
did.
list too, Bob?
Yeah.
Should
It's
we
on
all
my
just
list.
bitch
It's
about
my
it
number
for a
one.
second?
Let's just bitch about it.
Wolfman sucks.
It
but-
sucks.
It's been the number
shit.
one on my, or sorry, it's been the bottom number on my list the entire fucking year. without
Okay.
question.
I've seen worse movies
one of
than
them
this,
beat it, yeah.
but
one
this
of
is
it beat
very
it,
bad. Yeah, it's boring as fuck.
It's number 2. Yeah.
The like
For me, it's been the bottom,
Wolfman look and like transition looked. It was terrible. Like
See, some of those things where like he could hear the spider just inched it above the bottom spot
Yeah,
for me, but
forgot about
mostly
that.
the acting. I
it's very
remember
bad, yeah.
it's like it looked like people reading the script,
And these are
just
good actors,
off
too.
screen. Yeah.
It looked like, okay, well, the thing is, like, I agree with that, but also it's the writing. Like, the writing is so fucking obscenely blunt with what it's trying to do. It doesn't conceal its tricks at all. It just wears everything at face value and makes every character just archetypal, nothing more. No character has any depth beyond what you would expect to find in literally any other movie across the board. It is just template people in this movie.
Yeah.
And they act that way too.
And it doesn't.
So,
it's got,
I don't know.
It doesn't even like the baseline of what it's getting at. It doesn't even like ring all of that out. It like barely touches on anything at all. It's
Yeah.
so
yeah,
so
there's
thin.
some emotional moments
This-
that are supposed to hit and they just are nothing. And
Yeah.
And I'll be
Oof.
like, I like the spider thing, and I also am a little bit of an apologist for like the transition to like wolf vision or whatever. Just like I didn't hate that as much as you guys did, but it sucks. Like it serves nothing besides just if you like it aesthetically, and that's purely subjective. I'd only kind of liked it, so that doesn't rescue anything for me. Yeah, not a good fucking movie.
No.
What else you got?
But my number one, like the what was absolutely the worst for me. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Dude,
that movie sucks.
the podcaster, like it's just trope after trope after trope after trope after trope. It's there's nothing that we haven't seen a million times before in this movie. It's so played out. It's bad.
It's so funny to me because that is in terms of like being true to the spirit of the original, it is still, to me, blows me away that it is every bit as fucking reductive and pointless and derivative as the originals in the I Know You Did Last Summer movies were. So in that sense, it's a great success. But I fucking hated this movie.
This was number one for me. I mean, it's close, but also too, all the characters in this movie are just the worst. They're all terrible. At least in Wolfman, still no, but I could at least be like, oh, a family and a daughter, and you can kind of try to sympathize with everyone. And I Know What You Did Last Summer just fucking sucks. They're all terrible. And any kind of legacy shit that they try to work in is terrible. Dude, we need to stop doing this. It's done. The podcaster shit. It's never put a podcaster in another movie unless it's us. No podcaster ever needs to be in another movie.
We're a recipe for success, as we know.
Yeah, we are huge untapped potential right here, but everything else is garbage.
Tap us. The ending was fucking terrible. In this movie, and
they're doing another one or trying to do another one. It's so bad, and also just no one gives a shit. I don't think. Who cares about a legacy sequel?
Somebody does.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Somebody does out there.
Anyways, that's my list. That's my bottom of the year. No surprises there. I think. Well, I don't know. Maybe a Predator Badlands. I guess.
Randy, you got a bottom you want to?
Let me tell you about my bottom.
Tell me about your bottom, Randy.
So
please.
I actually already told you about my bottom, which is Wolfman. But just above that, there are two others that I don't know that you guys watched. But my number three. So skipping number two. Hell of a Summer. The Finn Wolfhard film. You did watch that?
Yeah.
Man, that movie just landed with the loudest, most fucking obscene thud for me. And I I was primed to want to like it because a friend of the podcast has a family member in that movie, and I was excited to see how that worked out. And for what it's worth, that was fine. Like that performance was perfectly palatable. It was a small role. But
that intro scene was the best part, and it was the best part. Her sister was in it, and I was that's the best part.
But these characters are so fucking obnoxious and not in an entertaining way, like they seem to think they are, and poorly defined. Also, like some of these characters I don't understand what their fucking deal is, even like throughout the entire movie. Like at no point do I understand what motivates some of these characters. Which is just generally pretty bad filmmaking. So yeah, that's my number 3 out of. Bottom 3.
I can only remember that intro.
Oh, sorry.
I'm thinking about the and I
there
really
was the kid
can't
who
remember
is
shit else.
Kid who is obsessed with being seen as cool and hard and going out but he was like a wuss who couldn't get shit done. I don't know. That was the main thrust of the movie was that kid. And there was the kid who always came back to work there even though he shouldn't and was defeating his own life by going there. Whatever. His arc was just that and that it never morphed, it never transitioned. It was him learning not to be at camp anymore, which as somebody who was a big summer camp counselor guy, it didn't do well. It didn't do it well. It did it poorly.
Tough to find out you were such a loser, huh?
I guess so. Yeah, it hit a nerve.
Just kidding, obviously.
Number 2, so sandwiched between Wolfman and Hell of a Summer, Hell House LLC Lineage. Buddy, I really again another movie that its biggest one of its biggest crimes is that I wanted to like it and it could not allow me to like it.
I can't defend this.
No, don't like me.
It's terrible. And I've seen every Hell House movie. I like most of them, and I love the first one and Carmichael Manor is also pretty good. I would say it's my number 2 out of the bunch. But man, this one where they stop with the faux documentary, stop with the found footage, and start doing like traditional dramatic filmmaking, it just makes everything immediately cheaper and less immersive than what happened before, than in the previous films. All that like tin acting that happened that you could write off as being like just people like speaking off the cuff, that's no longer an excuse. And so you have to sit there and watch somebody using a cinematic camera deliver like fucking wooden ass dialogue in a wooden ass way. And it's a slog, dude. It is not fun. Did you guys watch this at all?
Nah.
No.
Yeah, don't. Don't do it.
Deal.
Yeah.
Why didn't anybody have Shelby Oaks on their list? Come on.
I have some more.
There's
Shelby
better than
Oaks.
these movies.
Shelby
Bob,
Oaks is
go
not
ahead.
on my list. So I had Wolfman. I know what you did last summer. Silent Night, Deadly Night remake is on mine because that movie fucking
I didn't
is
watch that either.
dog shit. It's fucking bad,
Yeah.
man.
Put that on my list.
They
That's
took
crazy. It's
the worst parts of Halloween Ends and the worst parts of Dexter and
I
the
did
worst
listen to
parts
y'all's
of
mid
Silent Night,
cast
Deadly
on
Night.
it, yeah.
Put all that
Sounded
shit together.
terrible.
actually, that might be my number 3 out of the, like I somehow didn't make it on my list, my
Yeah.
overall list. So I
It
missed
fucking
it.
sucks.
But yeah, it sucks,
All right.
assholes.
No good kills. There's like fucking magic in it. There's
Oh my god.
dude.
Our boy Corey can't catch a break, huh?
He's
got a good
Corey
movie
caught
in
a
him,
break
I
because
know.
they saw him in do a terrible fucking movie called Halloween Ends and said, "Hey, let's let him do it again."
Yeah,
but
you want
with
to do that
magic.
again, bud? You want to do that again?
Oh boy.
Also, The Conjuring Last Rites. Pile of dog shit.
Shit down that movie's ass.
yeah.
Not.
I don't know. It was okay at first.
No.
It was okay
It wasn't.
at first until I saw the second half, and then it wasn't okay.
That ending was
It was
some of the
terrible.
worst.
Yeah, the
Horror of the year for sure.
Spooky mirror wants to kill me.
the giant
spinning!
Annabelle doll.
Oh God, it's spinning.
Spinning so fast.
The first scene. Don't forget the first scene of that movie, which I guess I won't spoil if you haven't
forgot.
seen it. Okay, well, they're giving birth to their daughter and like say a prayer, and like it beat their prayer literally saves their daughter's life. You don't remember the?
Oh yeah, I kind of do.
Who cares? No, I don't remember.
Anyway, the movie sucks.
Yeah.
The worst movie I saw. I feel a little bad dunking on this because it was clearly like a very low budget movie.
Oh, Bob.
But The Mutilator 2 finally got released on VOD, and I watched it, and it's pretty bad.
I don't know.
I forgot all about that coming out this year.
Yeah. It's one of those things that's been done for, I think, a couple years, and it's just been kind of floating around, and then it finally got a VOD release, and I watched it, and it's taking like the meta aspect where like they invite the original cast back to the same location, and the movie is about them filming a sequel to the original Mutilator movie, and then you see people actually get murdered on the set of them trying to make a Mutilator sequel, and it's
Fucking Town That Dreaded Sundown did exactly that like fucking 15 years ago.
We haven't covered
Yeah.
that movie yet.
no, we haven't. But it's bad. It's like trying to be kind of tongue-in-cheek and funny, and it's not, and it's the gore is not there, and man, it's just really hard to get through.
All right.
That's a shame.
Yeah,
I was a little bit hopeful that it would be bad in the right ways again, but no. Did they at least play the Fall Break song?
no, they did not.
Fuck them. Fuck them to hell and back.
Damn. All right, so that's our worst stuff. We did it.
Cool.
We did it. We did it.
We did.
Nice way to land it on Hater Town.
yeah, just showing some
Welcome to Hater Town, brother.
Population this fucking podcast.
We do have a little looky-loo ahead at the year of 2026. I've got like 20 movies here, stuff that hopefully will be good.
I think this will be a better year. I'm hopeful.
I think so.
I'm hopeful this will be a better year.
I
I'll
think
probably
so,
say that
too.
every year, but
Well, there's just this
You
stuff.
gotta say that.
The stuff that has been announced already looks pretty good, and this isn't even going to be like half of the shit that comes out. So
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot coming out here. So we already did a full-blown episode on 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. That is in theaters now. Sam Raimi is returning to the horror genre. He's got a movie called Send Help that's hitting theaters January 30th.
Okay.
So, like, this week.
Okay.
That's exciting.
I'm excited about that. That trailer looks pretty good.
Yeah, Rachel.
Sounds like a mini cast to me.
Rachel McAdams. Yeah.
Yes,
It does
yeah,
sound like a mini cast.
Probably will
Sure,
be.
someone will go ahead and knock
Good
that
fodder.
out.
Someone. Probably
I'm
Randy.
sure.
February.
I'm sure I'll get to it.
Probably
I'm just
Randy.
going to edge it a little while.
Oh, yeah.
February, we got probably the most anticipated movie of the year. The Strangers Chapter 3 is finally coming out.
Dude, I forgot. I didn't even. I'm sure it shouldn't have have made our list. Did anybody watch Strangers 2?
No,
Just
that's
didn't-
the only reason.
No,
it
that's the
didn't, I'm
thing.
sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be dog shit.
I kind of want to go hate watch the third one. Kind of want like as long as I can do it for free, I will.
I'll do a mini cast on reading the Wikipedia page.
Ooh, I love
sounds
that.
like terrible.
I did
Man.
see they
I
cut
bet
all,
this is filmed like shit.
they cut all three movies together to like a 4.5 hour cut. Who knows if they're actually going to release that in theaters, but it exists, I guess.
What I know about the second movie negates the need to see anything else.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah, same.
Never will watch those films.
Same. There's a movie called Psycho Killer coming out on February 20th. There's a trailer out for that now, and it looks fucking sick. Have you guys seen that trailer?
No.
It reminds me a lot of like the late 90s like thrillers that it's got kind of like a Seven vibe, which I guess that was early 2000s, wasn't it? It reminds me of Seven or
No,
like kind
was
of
90s.
Was it 90s?
So.
Maybe kind of Silence of the Lammy a little
99.
bit. But yeah, it looks kind of like that. Could be cool.
Cool.
Scream 7 also at the end of February.
Boo.
Probably gonna suck.
Yeah.
Not watching that. Yeah, Hokum,
Well,
baby.
because it's on our
Well.
list. I don't know
no.
if it is or not.
March, we got The Bride coming out. Maggie
Okay.
Gyllenhaal's
Yeah, that looked interesting.
Bride
Yeah.
of Frankenstein movie. Also,
Curious.
Ready or Not, Here I Come in March.
Definitely.
I can see that working. Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Julia
Oh, The
DeCournau's new movie Alpha coming out in March as well.
Nice.
Yeah, Alpha. Yeah. I'd be interested to check that
I'm
out.
watching Titan this Friday in the theater.
In the theater.
In the theater. Ooh,
Wow.
nice.
Yeah, there's a
Ooh
little
la
kind
la.
of mini film festival I get to attend this weekend. I'll talk about it next week.
Ooh, nice. All right.
Oh,
Ooh.
something just occurred to me. Looking at Lee Cronin's The Mummy
Yeah.
is coming out.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the release date is, I'm pretty sure, exactly when the Overlook Film Festival is.
Well, I guess you boys can't watch it then. Guess I'll have to do a solo show by myself.
Well, I'm wondering if
That'll-
we will get to see.
Probably be at the film festival if I had to guess.
Nope, only me. Only I can watch it.
Yeah.
Only me, only I.
No one else.
You'll
Yeah,
be too busy.
The Mummy, April 17th. May, we got a couple good ones. Hokum.
Yes.
coming from
Welcome,
our
baby.
boy.
That looks.
Our boy. Legit, our boy.
I'm always in the bag for our
He's
boy.
mine. He's my boy.
The boy.
Man, I hope he listens to this. It's just normal.
He's
Totally normal.
listening to our top 10 all the way into hour 2, I'm sure.
Maybe. Also, Obsession.
If they mention me, I hope they mention my
coming
new
out in
film.
May.
I'm going to listen.
Obsession. That's your milk and cereal boy, Rand Diesel.
Whoa,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
your
yeah.
boy, Randy.
He's
That is my
yours.
boy.
June, we got Scary Movie 6, which talking about silly movies, you know?
Okay.
You know, I'm a little bit heartened by the gap that happened, and also by the existence of the new Naked Gun, which proved that you can pull a comedy like that out and like dust off the shit that you added from the sequels that didn't work,
Yeah.
and maybe find some new angles that just haven't been explored because there's been so much of a time gap.
Yeah.
I agree totally. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Might
Need
not
a little
suck.
laughter, you know?
We do desperately. Also,
Thank God this podcast exists.
yeah, you're welcome,
Thank
listeners.
God.
June 12th. Also, Steven Spielberg is going back to his
Whoa.
alien sci-fi roots with Disclosure Day.
Mm.
That trailer,
It's real, bro. there's hints that it's real.
Oh,
He's working with the government.
What are you fucking
Disclose
talking
that
about?
to me.
Have you guys seen that trailer? It looks kind of like it might be some
No.
doo-doo brown. I don't
I
know.
didn't watch it. No.
I don't be watching trailers unless I'm in a theater and
Yeah,
can't
I
look
really
anywhere
try
else.
not to watch trailers, and they don't have them in Korean movie theaters, so I'm pretty safe.
I have
Nice.
that one played before 28 Years Later Boner Temple, and it just didn't look all that great. July 24th, Evil Dead Burn. There's like zero information out about that, but yeah, love a new Evil Dead movie.
Okay,
I
they've
have a
been
nice
solid
wide
so
array.
far.
Yeah. I have a nice
Who's making
wide open
this
door
one?
for
Anybody
those.
know?
It's a French director, the dude that made that
Cool.
that spider movie, Infested, was it called?
Oh, I
Oh.
liked Infested.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm in.
Yeah.
Sweet.
cool. Yeah.
August, we got Flower Vale Street, and I'm not sure if this is actually a horror movie or not, but it's David Robert Mitchell, the dude that did It Follows. This is his new movie, so I don't know, it may or may not be. I think it's gonna have like dinosaurs in it or something. I don't really know what it's about.
Okay.
It sounds like a movie about a street. Interesting.
With flowers on it. Also, another Insidious, The Bleeding World.
No.
August. Yeah. September, we got that Clayface movie.
That sounds terrible.
It does sound.
Oh yeah,
Clayface, I'm
Clayface.
interested in. Yeah, I'm
quite
interested to see if that
interested in
works.
that.
Written by our boy Mike Flanagan.
He is my boy.
Yeah.
He's ours. That's a share.
We get to share 'em. September also has that Resident Evil flick by Zach Kreger coming out.
Yeah.
That's a wrong song.
I'm sure old Oz Perkins probably has some movie coming out.
He does.
That
I
dude's just
forget what it's
cranking.
2, 3, 4.
Damn.
He's got one. He's doing one. I don't know if it's coming out next year or not, but
Oh boy.
he's got another one. He's cooking. October,
Yeah.
like I don't really have anything for October, but I'm sure it's going to be filled with shit because it always is. November, Godzilla -0.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. Here we go. Now we're talking.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Again, it's earned my interest, but I am dubious of a sequel, man.
Yeah,
I felt not good about them sort of queuing up a sequel at the end of the first one.
well, suck it up, Randy, because it's coming.
I'm
We're
gonna suck
covering
it up.
We're covering it, baby.
Even if I have to take a chubby, I will suck it up.
All right.
Well, in December, we got a couple movies. Violent Night Deuce is coming out, and finally on Christmas Day.
Violent Night, that's the one with the Santa Claus who is the Stranger Things guy, right?
Stranger
Harbour,
Claus,
yeah.
yes.
Stranger
dude.
Claus.
Stranger Claus. Dude, what? They're doing a sequel to that?
Yeah.
Why? They have more Die Hard jokes to make, I guess.
Oh boy.
Maybe it'll be Lethal Weapon jokes this time. He's going to say, I'm too
boy.
old for this shit. I'm 10,000
boy.
years old.
Randy, that's hilarious.
Oh boy.
On Christmas Day, we got your boy Bobby Eggs coming back with
Yes,
Werewolf.
This is the one. This is the one.
Werewolf.
I'm a werewolf.
Nailed it.
I know.
You are so
Goddamn.
good at accents.
I should be an actor.
Sanford, Florida.
Put me in the pictures.
I was made for this. Werewolf.
Maverlids.
I will not accept a life I don't deserve.
Damn, good pull.
Damn straight.
Well, that's all
All
I
right,
got for
quite a year.
2026. I know there's going to be a ton of other shit that's just not announced yet that we don't know
Sounds
about.
better. Sounds better than
I
this year.
think it'll be a step up from 2025, if I had to guess.
We'll see.
Yeah. So the last thing we got to do, we got one voicemail, a very important voicemail.
One voicemail.
So let's-
an essential voicemail.
Let's jump into our hotline screams.
Hotline Scream.
All right. Yeah. So if you're unaware, our boy Hugh Janus likes to call in whenever we do our top 10 of the year episodes and hand out some Janus awards for the year. So he is called.
I love the lack of proper
to do that.
Our boy Hugh Janus.
Our boy with the huge anus. He's a
No, he's just Hugh Janus.
He's just Hugh Janus. That's
Hugh. Hugh.
you know.
Janus, comma Hugh.
Yeah.
The brother of Lucanus.
The brother.
That's my boy Lou.
Cousin of Tight E Anus.
Yeah, my boy Lou.
Tidy anus. What?
Tighty anus.
It's a very immaculate man.
The Sanus boys.
Everybody knows a guy named Tight in their lives.
Those Sanus brothers are always getting into something.
The Janus clan. They're
The
they're out of control in these parts. Anyway, our boy Hugh Janus, he decided to bless us once again with some awards. So let's hear what he has to say.
Yep, this is Hugh calling. Top 10 show, so I had to call in with the Hugh Janus Award for the year. Had a lot of good names this year. Sigmund Bob, Lambda Randisi, Choo Choo Soju, Short Tongue Randy, Bobby Borscht, Jai Sign. Good names. Got a new Janus Award this year for Best Episode, and the Hugh Janus Award for Best Episode this year is Burial Ground. Also have a new award for Best Comment by a Guest on the show, and this year the Hugh Janus Award for Best Comment by a Guest goes to Caitlin when she said the short statement, "They had medium to loose morality." Okay, and now on to the big award for statement or segment, the best of the year. Some of the honorable mentions from Bob. Statement, "If you don't love me when I shit my pants, you won't love me when I'm clean." He had the segment where he talked about the new Conjuring movie should be called Conjuring 69. And his statement, "Get in there, Doc. I'm not paying for chit-chat." On to Randy. He had the statement, "Mickey Mouse can eat my shit. Kiss me, I'm Irish." And the statement, "This movie took more of my life than I paid to see." And on to Soju. His statement, "In Germany, they choke the monkey, they don't slap it." His statement, "You can't marry the moth girls." "Being a man is hard. Sometimes I sit on my nuts. I'll try anything 3 to 5 times, then I draw the line." But for this year, the comment of the year and the Hugh Janus Award goes to Randy when he said, "What is happening? This episode is now officially worse than this movie." So congratulations, Randy. You have won the Hugh Janus Award for this year. About all I got. Keep on chilling.
I gotta know which episode that was from that I was that I made that statement, and I don't remember any of those, of course.
Dude,
except
That
for
was
Jai
Burial
Stein.
Ground. I think we got so
Was
far
it?
off the rails that you're like, what is happening?
That does
I gotta
sound
go back
like
and
me.
listen to that. I don't remember. being
Jai
so-
Stein.
Jai
Stein is
My
my
boy
favorite.
Jai
Jai Stein.
Hearing Hugh
Got to
recite-
replace all your vowels with Y's. That's what you got to do.
Hugh
That's how
reciting
the French do it.
such nonsense with like such a straight cadence is fucking hilarious. Oh man.
Oh,
Mickey
some
Mouse candy,
golden
my shirt.
times.
I'll stand by that.
Yeah, some golden times, boys.
Being a man is hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes I sit
Sometimes
on my
that's-
nuts.
You know, women just complain, but being a man is tough.
Try sitting on your nuts.
They don't There's nothing associated with being a woman that causes as much pain as sitting on your nuts.
You're
on accident.
nuts.
Nothing could compare. I refuse to acknowledge.
I can't think of anything that could compare.
Not a thing. Not a thing.
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ.
It's just peanuts in your face.
Bitch, bitch, bitch.
God, this is the voice of women on the podcast, often stated.
These are jokes. We're joking.
We're just joshing.
I think you might be letting the demon loose a little bit.
Whoa. It's not that time of the night, Randy.
My boy.
Oh,
what
my
time
God.
of night is that?
Bob comes quicker than Halloween, am I right?
You're right, Bob.
God damn.
You're right about yourself.
Ah, boys. Yeah, if you guys are listening and would like to call in and leave a voicemail for next week's show, hit us up at
Why would you?
904-638-3231.
Thanks for the awards, Janus.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Janice.
Congrats, Randy.
That was awesome.
Hey, I'll never get
Burial
to
Ground.
the ugly stepsister, but I'll at least have my Janus award.
I do
Okay.
remember Burial Ground being quite funny. We had to do something.
Just blocked it
We
out.
had to do
We
something.
did. That movie sucked ass.
You needed to do something.
Yes.
We have to do something. Yeah, call in 904-638-3231. Next week, we're tackling our first You Pick of the year. This one was chosen by Luke. The movie is Flesh for Frankenstein from 1973.
All right.
It's on Tubi or Plex. It's streaming for free on one of those platforms. I forget. You can also this does exist on Blu-ray, and I'm pretty sure you can rent it too. So it's fairly easy to find if you want to do that.
Is this our first You Pick of the year?
Yeah, first one of the year.
Oh boy.
Starting with
Sounds like you're starting off strong.
a doozy.
Also known as Andy Warhol's Frankenstein.
Yeah, he produced this and also a movie called Blood for Dracula. I have seen Blood for Dracula, and it sucked.
Okay.
So hopefully this one's better.
Flash for Frankenstein.
That's what you get for 15 minutes of fame, I guess.
Check it out. Get ready for next week's show. Call in. Let us know. I don't know if you like Andy Warhol or
Do you like him?
do you like him? I don't know. I don't know. Do you like Frankenstein?
Call in with your opinion on Andy Warhol. That's the best we got. Oh man!
Hey, I'm
what are you
all
looking
ears.
forward to in 2026?
I'm
What's
all
coming in
ears.
2026 that you want to hear? You want to see?
What's your
And
top
tell us
pick
why.
for
What's the one that you are
2026?
dreading because you think it's going to suck dick? Tell me that too.
Which one do you think will blow you away
Mhm.
that other people aren't
Hmm.
expecting?
Man.
Okay. What's under the radar for 2026 that you're excited about? Let's do that as well. Let's do anything. Let's just do anything.
Call in
Any
and
question that you
Just
have?
call me, please.
Distract us
Please.
from probably talking about this movie too much.
Please call me.
Call me personally. Juice, why don't you dox yourself? What's your number?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's an unusual number.
I call it.
That's only 6 letters.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Well, yeah,
Exclamation point.
hopefully you guys are doing well and had a lovely 2025. Rolling into the new year, not frostbitten as this crazy winter storm is blowing
yeah,
through.
stay warm, everyone. Get through the last week of shit ass January.
Yeah.
Shit ass January.
Shithole January. And then it's the month
Oof.
of love, baby.
Thank God.
Thank the gods.
Bubble.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you guys want to say? Signing off?
Nope. Thank you for 2025. We will keep delivering in 2026. We'll deliver the goods, even if the movie theaters won't.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do it. We're going to manage the same.
We'll be
this year
here
like every
forever,
other year.
baby.
We have to do something.
We have to do
Even
something.
if we're gone, the AI will live on. So don't you worry.
God.
We'll be here forever.
Sooner than you think. Because
Tomorrow.
I'm training my replacement right now.
Cool. All right.
No one can ever replace soju, but
I think quite literally a bottle of soju might.
Just
it's just
put a little mouth on it. It's just like
You can pick the flavor. But we're just gonna go with the bottle of soju.
Glue gimmick.
Glue the earbuds onto either side of it. You know?
There you go.
That's gonna
Poorly
be me for
hot
the
glued.
600th episode.
There you go.
Just a little
Yeah.
bottle of soju.
I'll be the red stag. Bob will be, I don't know, a bag of
A tiki
shit.
drink.
A bag,
Oh, yeah, take
a
it.
bag of shit. Thanks.
a bag of
Thanks,
shit.
man.
There you go.
Not a
Lit on
blue,
fire.
not a tiki drink, just a flaming bag.
The
of
man likes his shit. What can we say?
He does. That's fair.
Bring her deuce.
Are you looking forward to Bring Her Dudes?
I did not open a bottle of red stag.
All right.
Well, until next week, as always, all you mother truckers, please keep chilling.
You want to see my ding dong?